So Mango, I implore you to recognize that you are, in fact, a bitch ass pussy ass. And I do believe that I could beat you at just about any game. It's a game theory. I do believe I can beat you at just about any game, including Melee. And so I think I'm just hell. I do believe I'm just hella fucking better than you, just in general in FGC. Like, and if they want Mango to continue to be able to compete like at a high level, at the highest level of play, all they would have to do is sponsor my name, Blue Guy. 42 game win streak in this one. Yeah, I mean, like, dude, I can beat Mango's bitch ass in Melee. I can beat Mango's bitch ass in Brawl. I can beat Mango's bitch ass whether or not I'm on Adderall. Why don't you ask Wes Balls? Take it from Mango's girlfriend. Wes Balls was on performance enhancing drugs in the form of a stimulant. And that is just unreal. Like, who cares? Like, shouldn't he be able to just, like, beat Wes Balls' bitch ass? Like, no, because Mango makes excuses. And that's exactly why Mango's gay. Mango, look, you can't do shit. You can pick Puff, but I got Ganondorf, and I'm hung like a horse. And if we've played in any game, maybe, oh, why, of course. Dan's beating my bitch ass. Of course that is happening. Because Dan is a proponent of the rappening. And so I do implore you to listen to this freestyle with me. Daniel April's Sullivan Ravine. You know, maybe Ali was the white me. Maybe Ali was the white me and I'm the black Ali. Maybe I'm the black horse and I'm riding in on a white horse. No, but not on a high horse. Like winter chimpanzee. Who thinks that he's better than me? Fucking better than me. But he's not better than me in the style of freeing. That would be one and done in 3 minutes. He would realize that this fight is finished. And I just can't stop. I am popping off. Early pop-off. Chillin', dude. You're gonna have to rematch Leffen, though, in the Salty Suite at MSG. FGC. No more UFC at MSG. Let's talk about FGC. MSG selling out stadiums, you know? We've been on ESPN. Long Island Joe. You're gonna have to get in there against Edgar Allan Poe today, because we're gonna be playing some Street Fighter Cross Second. We found Street Fighter Cross Second. I got my Mountain Dew. Long Island Joe, who the fuck are you? Alright. You're gonna have to play against Edgar Allan Poe. Edgar Allan Streamo, Steve-O. Look, I'm pulling up in a black limo. Red carpet. Suck my dumb dick. Suck my dumb dick. Suck my dumb dick. I guess I'm being racist. No, you are just the inferior intellect, and that is exactly why I am depressed. You people are so stupid. It is unbelievable. The actual merit of your intellect is reflected in these games, especially when you're not even second best. Especially when you're literally represent the highest level of play. And I believe that is Blue Guy in Bloody Roar Primal Fury. So I'm gonna at least do an arcade mode run, guys. So I found my iPod. I found my iPod. And so I found my iPod. And so this is Prague. Dr. Evil Mayweather Prague. McProgan. So it's Dr. Evil Mayweather McProgan. And so it's Dr. Tommy Lauren. It's Dr. Evil Mayweather McProgan. And so I found my iPod. And so this is gonna be what? I'm gonna listen to Daft Punk. Random Access Memories. And I really hope that Toma is listening. Prague when Ram came out. So I do have Random Access Memories. We're gonna start playing some Melee. We got the beers. This is gonna be I also got a dub sack of Blue Dream. I'm more of a sativa guy myself, but you can see that there is some perp in it. I got this from Carlos. Yeah. Okay. Carlos hit me back. Yeah. Carlos hit me back. I'm gonna go pick up the sack, and then we're gonna listen to Random Access Memories. It actually was like I was on a walk like under the night sky the other night, and it was hella dope. It was like, holy smoke. Okay, basically, if you're as good as Djokovic, life becomes like ecstasy. Even if you're sober, like this is why I like Tomu manga, is that it is pretty boring in a way. Like, that's why I like to be like, all right, meet me at the bar. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and even like for me, like the booze part of it was just like stealing the booze was something to get my blood boiling. And then again, the Twitch stream is really what it gets me out of bed. It keeps me in bed, regardless of one word I have said. They are still ridiculous, and they are getting increasingly pissed, but they won't respond to this in the form of a freestyle music video that they can make on the Twitch stream, ho. Alright? Why don't you actually sack up and try? You're too afraid to fail. Failing for you is the same as dying. And that's exactly why you're lying. I'm 8 miling, I'm Tommy Gunning, and this isn't even funny. Also, the fact that I put in 16-hour days in songwriting doesn't hurt while I'm trying to find the next word, the next sentence. There's no second best end. I don't really have to be spitting the style of Fred. That it's just something to do to keep me on my feet. So basically in competition, I'm going to keep my composure Mayweather style. Even if I make a mistake, that's okay. I'm going to still make 50K and get a 50 win streak plus, just like my 42 game win streak. I guess it doesn't matter much. Mayweather would relate that there are some people who don't hesitate to smear your name regardless of how many times the seats were sold out and you shut their mouth. You left a silent crowd. Right? And Mayweather great. Mayweather has knockouts too, by the way. Like, that guy can still fucking crack you. Like, absolutely. Hand speed is power too. You know that's true. You know that's true. Okay. This one's going up. Okay. Mango's also one of the best, but he needs to, like, I would be the perfect person to fuck with him. Like, I mean, he's great too. Yeah, I'm not, again, like, this guy 2P'd Evo, so I don't want to make it seem as though I think he is below me skill-wise or potential-wise, but at the same time, he has to realize that he hasn't deviated from Smash Bros enough, and that's exactly why I'm pulling ahead of the competition. Okay, this, in all actuality, like I think that even like the Capcom Fighter people should play a lot of Brawl. I think Brawl is just like a really good game. Cool, so this one just went up. Right on. So this might be a longer stream. I'm gonna start Random Access Memories. First we're gonna listen to the freestyle though, because this one was a lot. I just love the idea of Prague browning out. And this is what people should shut their mouth. Like FGC, there's no room really for like true like 1802 like N-word discrimination in FGC. Like that person would get laughed out of the building. You are ridiculous. Like that would be ridiculous. Like I'm not gonna play streamed. Like I have to go to the bathroom. Obviously I'd meet that N-word, but like, you know, like, how regressive, how, like, obscenely racist do you think I am? Like, you think I'm from 1802? That is unreal. I'm a top level competitor in a widely diverse community. Like, and if I'm, you know, basically I think a lot of people are feeling me, especially in Marvel 3 and like more of the Capcom fighter scene. They'll be feeling me. It's like, let's get fucking paid. Like, how about there's a lot of fucking money in this. Like, I know that you guys have sponsorships, but that's not a drop in the bucket. That's not a drop in the fucking bucket. Let's see here. Let's put this one as... I'll put this one as nonprofits and activism. I always like that one. And we still can't make $1 for a nonprofit. I'm a numerologist. Okay, 3326. So when I see 2, I think of Ross. And when I see 6, I think of like me and Cody, or, you know, there's always a 6. Basically, and those are 33, right? And then 2 and a 6 is an 8, which, exactly. And also a 3 and a 3, if you mix them together, is an 8. So this is kind of an 88 too. Savannah loves me and I love her. So, and she agrees that there are very few people who are much better. Basically, like, I'm pushing the envelope, I'm progressing the meta, and a lot of people are going to follow in Blue Guy's footsteps in one way or another. And if I had a kid, I'd want Savannah to be the mother. Mango's a father. That's why Dan's starting to feel like Robbie Lawler. Because I can't make $1. Alright. Boom. Alright, like, dude, the thing is, Flavor Prompter is my shit. Like, I'm excited to listen to this. I almost want to get right into it. I want to at least listen to some of it first. Dude, Ram is really good. Ram, there was a reason that shit was like, the reason it was hot shit when it came out. You know, like, you shut your mouth. Like, Random Access Memories was fucking fuego. Like, that album really was great. Yeah, like, with this new one, Two Bridge, You Wanna Like Me, I do want to fuck with Tongue Monkey, but that might be, like, literally, at this rate, like, a year from now. You know what I mean? Like, weirdly enough. But I still have that copy. I still have a gift for Tongue Monkey.
So, I mean, in terms of, like, this whole...
Like, in the form of a video game.
Political correctness aspect, right, so definitely one thing that's politically incorrect is sexual misconduct. Like, this is true.
So much fair,
like, even based off of contemporary U.S. politics. Yeah. So, and again, I've been on this 6 month, dude, if we are to face each other in the political discourse, it's not gonna be a good look. Like, yeah, basically, we're
whole neighborhood just woke up.
Stephen Crowder.
Dan's playing.
Are my political opponents. So my opponents are probably largely going to be the ones who come from that
Fuck.
line with my politics. Like, that is exactly why. Alright, so in terms of dismantling, you met Carlton, there's an army of Carlton, you know, for the Empire of Carlton. And we also met Carlton, arrested. So for me, I'll leave it.
So I turn the music off and shit.
You brew, have you ever seen kangaroo? They're pretty cool. Every single cool. Australia has a culture too. Oh yeah. Well, I think they're full of shit. That's also so, I'm not happy. And then when I got
Australians are kind of
arrested,
racist against too. Like, that's
What
true.
did they get arrested for?
But that being said, they also, in their defense, are good at like calling the nonsense. Right. Knowing that they're the ones that are being like fucked over in a certain because of like a racist accusation.
Well, how about he's a black role model for me as well? Like, how about level of skill? Like, I've been at the fighting game, right? So I play really smart. So Ali, I think a lot of people would agree that Ali fought like really smart. So it's actually what wins how Ali played actually was kind of like how I play a little bit. So he's more than happy to use the same fucking move hella time. Like because what are they gonna do about it anyway? So he has some fucking overhand, has some overhand. Like, what are you gonna do about this? Like, you know what I mean? Like a lot, like Djokovic is really good. So it's really hard to like Djokovic plays really smart. Like it's really hard to beat Djokovic. Like Djokovic is hella smart. So I mean, like high level competition is like if you want to okay, if you feel like you're pretty smart, right? Then there are avenues to establish that, and it has to do with competition, like even like trivia or something, right? So I'm really good at fighting it, but so it almost seems like there was some girl who was so fucking rich that that when I got arrested, she wanted to get arrested too. Right. Because I got to it brought me to jail, right? And then there was someone already there who was like, with talking to her friend, and like it was clear that she wanted like my presence in the room was hella like acknowledged by her. Like she was with her. It felt like she already knew me. Like it was a black girl. Like, it was kind of like Hillary from. Like she was pretty. You know what I mean? Like it felt like she was. I'm personality.
Bloody roll.
It felt like she was Hillary
bloody
from,
roll. Primal fury.
Like she was from Bel Air. You know, and she thought she was like from South Central type thing. Like, I have How High on DVD. Okay.
Right. Feel me on the Serbia building.
Right, so, and then there, when I was there,
cool.
there was a point where someone came in and was like, dude, do you have a movie How High? It's like, dude, I already bought it. And you're like, I wish I took down number because we actually did get a copy of How High, a second copy of How High at one point while I was working there. But I can see it right now. And I've been careful not to watch it because it's like a cult classic that people like Hillary would like ruin it for me. You know what I mean? Like, so when I got brought to jail, Hillary was already there. You know.
No, she is going to prove that she is Hillary in Tova.
Right, and like for me, it was just like.
And I'm actually Will, even though I'm white. Like, I'm a Will, and she's a Hillary.
That and the other, right? And like that, and this room has been.
She's
raided.
from Bel Air,
Like.
She's healthy and wealthy.
And like, dude, I'm not happy where he's at right now, but like.
Hillary's better than Carlton.
Like from when he was 18.
Hillary's better than Carlton, but she's still like whack,
30.
dude. Like
that was, he did him dirty. You know, it was okay. So like, and it's set up. It's true. Like people talk about this, that the system is set up to like keep you in the system rather than to help you like rehabilitation. Like basically it favors retribution over rehabilitation, like kind of like like or retribution. No, it favors yeah, like retribution from the like. Okay, no, not retribution. It favors like.
Don't fuck this up right now.
Hey. Like fucking you over rather than rehabilitation. Because probation, and then when you're on probation, they're allowed to search you, like at will. So okay, so like kind of like with this.
You wanna like me? That's what the last time I'm writing.
Right.
You wanna like me?
She's in Bel-Air. She's healthy and wealthy. That's what she said. Like healthy and wealthy. Right. So that's like her way of like basically you have higher emotional intelligence. Right? That's her way of like being black. Like she feels insecure about how rich she is. Right? Because like that's like the less black thing to do. But going to jail is the more black thing to do. So when this white dude, which can happen, especially when I'm from this household, gets like me and Patrick don't necessarily do what we're told. The fight response to, and then that's why maybe why I'm good at fighting games. It's like you're wired. There's a wiring, right? So, and this is all ethnicities have people like this. It's like FGC super diverse, and then there are people who are so fucking good that you feel like you were an idiot for even thinking you could win. Okay. Alright, so, because you're putting hella time into the game, and then you play someone where it's like, you feel like a fucking idiot. Right? And now I'm that guy. Alright. So, and then Ali was also that guy too, because it's a fighting game. So, for example, like, in Bloody Roar, we're gonna play a little Bloody Roar. So Bloody Roar. Grow up. In Bloody Roar, it should be stirred for now. Oh, grow up. In Bloody Roar, Wolf Fury. It's a tough game. It's a tough game. Okay, I really am just crazy listening to Random Access Memories.
Yeah, like why are the walls?
I mean that's kind of true, but I think also
no walls. Like let me see if that even works. Right? Like,
just it's
like cause that like maybe get like really cool.
I mean,
so like,
that's definitely an album I'd listen to on LSD.
I swear to God, I'm playing it on the Wii. It's not even on MU. Like, oh yeah. Oh shit, yes. Okay. Start playing a lot of random is another way, dude. Younger players and older players, like especially younger players. That playing a lot of random. Play random a lot.
I didn't want to be there. I knew that, like, I didn't even care. Like, here's the difference.
You'll start to realize when you're just like the game is like you start to feel like really cool too, like, and then you realize that you start to get this feel for the game more so than it doesn't matter what character you're playing, you can beat their bitch ass. Like, that's one of the keys. That's one of the real big keys to becoming like better.
A lot of people within the freestyle game
and most of the competition.
Praising my name for speaking like autistic and having a rhythm that establishes why my head should not be present. Okay, so this is a good way to structure your rhyme before and after a confines of your mind and your vocal cords, the L-line options, feel me on this. You need to set a rhythm.
Just in one place, yeah.
Okay, so I'm hoping this makes Hillary really fucking pissed. I'm more like Will, and she's more from Bel-Air. That is unfair. That because of the complexion of my skin, I can't be from the show The OC, even though people can't get enough of me. Alright, they like the basically white ghetto chimpanzee. It is a popular brand, sexually reviewed as well. They like a white fool who did not even like Drake Bell, but more acts like it does smell. Okay? She didn't wish me well. So she thought it was preposterous for someone, again, at the highest level of competition to identify and relate to the name Muhammad Ali when no one appreciates my ability to identify it in a way that suits them. Alright, so she might as well have been calling me Cassius Clay by making fun of me for praising Ali's name. Because Ali was a black man and I'm a white man. And she was a black person. Okay. That is not okay. I do not respect all black people the same. I walked by a black woman, an older black woman, the other day, and the way she looked at me, I could see hatred written upon her face. And she had never met me one day. She looked at me and I saw like into her soul all of the pain of 1,000 assholes. Okay, and I just said hi. I was really nice. And she walked on by. So that made me realize, wow, these people want to cry. There's hella black people behind me, but not all of them are someone who I will hug with. A lot of them are totally spiteful, and they've been brainwashed by the devil people who are fucking criminals. And that's why we're gonna do Tales from the Neighborhood Children. But yeah, she had to show up. I was just staying silent, you know, and I just lost. And then so I was listening to her fucking rap, and then like I really had to like you know, contain myself because I was in pain because she was saying that she was identifying as Ali. But how about Daniel, April, Sullivan, Review, Australia, Ali, April.
My Jenny's getting hella good, dude.
Public relations, E-R.
Again, I'm
This
practicing.
dumb bitch. She's a dumb hoe. And she wanted to be there, though, because that was the blacker thing to do. But being fake arrested is the whitest thing you could possibly do. So I'm just questioning if she's from South Central or if she's really from Bel Air, healthy and wealthy. I think that she was hella shady. So I challenged her to speak in the form of Iran and tell me exactly what was her crime. It just didn't strike me as someone who had committed a crime. It struck me as someone who wanted to be there. And she also got let out hours before me, which was unfair, even though she got there at the same time. I think that she just got hungry. And she wanted to go to like La Victoria from San Jose to get a burrito with her friend within an hour late. So, I'm from Australia, and I'll call you on your shit. If you want to call me racist, well, I think you're a dumb bitch. Because even if I'm racist and discriminatory, you shouldn't be allowed to rape me. Okay, you weren't raping who? You weren't raping Muhammad Ali? Because I identified Muhammad Ali, right? You weren't raping who? My name is Muhammad Ali, right? I identified Ali. But like, you don't even know the first thing about Ali. I'm the best in the combat scene. I believe he's still up there, and I believe he knows this league. Mango can't hold two stocks against Split. You know what I mean? Like, I'll beat him with not one stock, but three. If he wants to play me, Daniel, April, Sullivan, Ravine, I play a little bit like Ali. I play at the mid-range. So Smoking Joe, you're going to have to put on a show. Mango, let's tango, but we're going to have to tango on Fandango on the Twitch pay-per-view stream. Then Daniel, April, Sullivan, Ravine might be able to make some green. But there's this shitty lie. No one is allowed to respond to my messages. And this is something I must confess is not sitting well with me. And this wouldn't sit well with Ali, who also got unplugged.
That shit's hella good.
I'm as good or better than Hugs.
You have a chance
So
to
why
an extra
couldn't
moment
I
to
get
get
some of
down
this
for a
thriller?
beat.
That
Which
cheddar
you're not
is waiting
saying.
for me. But this
We're
is
sort of for a bit.
preventing the thriller in Manila. I'm a fucking killer. You're gonna have to actually beat me if you want to say you're smarter than me. And this is what I'm going to talk about NASA. $64 million
really
a day that they could be going to any given red line community. Imagine.
Show us your Rico,
imagine that.
They're all
Imagine.
pretty well balanced, actually.
Okay, ask. Go around and ask. One by one. Did you vote for Arnold? No. Well, there must have been a job done. Okay, to rig an election because I can't find one person who voted for that man. And they say that he wanted to win more than half the votes. I guess everyone's hiding in Afghanistan in a hole somewhere. And I'm from holes there. My name is Shia LaBeouf, and I like it rough. I like it rough from Hillary. I'm actually less attracted to than she is attracted to me because I'm an Australian shit. And Australian people are really and my soul got bought and auctioned off. And so now, look, wealth in this game is mobility. So that is regardless of the color of your skin. You can buy your way out of prison. So even if you're black, that shit is fucking whack. You can still be eating out the devil's pot, as Mag would say. And you're just mad that I grew up in the Bay, too. And I am more black than you. Okay? I'm from the show of the OC. I'm from a ghetto-ass
That's
family.
so sick. She can air that.
Right, that's why I got arrested in front of Sevi. And Vicone is friendly. I did introduce you to him. He was my friend. He sold me.
It's more of a movement option.
And I knew it. And I am hitting it one hit.
You didn't really like doing an attack on it.
He likes to blow glass.
You can't cancel out with an attack.
And
like
look,
you want to.
In terms of my standards, did not pass. So
That's
what's up with that? You were here, NASA. Who the fuck are you? $64 million a day. But it could be going to South Central LA. And like, you see my point. That's a lot of fucking money. And then, in terms of who gets to go to the moon, they haven't chose one given honey. They haven't put one woman on the moon. They haven't put one black person on the moon. Not one Mexican person on the moon, and not one Indian person on the moon. Not one trans person on the moon. Only white males. So they are moving as fast as a snail ever since the last trip to the moon, which was 7 times. Call it monsoon season. I don't know what to do, but I'm good as Talon in Soul Calibur 2. Last time I played it, I didn't get hit, not even one time. I got 3 characters out of there, 2 perfects followed by a ring out, and that person should wash the taste of my dick out of their mouth. I'm not talking to low tier god. I believe that you guys should fight MMA. Me and Chill and Dude are going to fight ASAP in the bed. But then I would have to be making some money. I genuinely believe that Chill and Dude would fight me. and like Leppin would be feeling that matchup. And that'd be really funny if there was like some discrepancy where we're didn't like know what Chill and Dude means, or doesn't know what Chill and Dude means in the moment. And Chill and Dude thinks he won the fight.
He's one of the characters
I'm like, okay, well, I'm still conscious.
Shina, Kohryu,
so now I'm not gonna hesitate to do my own takedown against Chill and Dude. And like,
I actually like the opponent's color more.
Because of his early pop. And when I'm referencing the early pop over the one they call Leppin, these guys are so good, it's depressing. Okay? And Chill and Dude, while he's not black, he's South American, he still likes rapping. And we'll do a track together, but they won't let us have any fun. It's the same people who fund
this game usually gives you what you want, but you can't
fund NASA.
Oh wait, but basically it's just like do it for...
Even Krillin could figure this shit out. That they should shut their mouth. They went to the moon 7 times and technology progresses. So I don't understand why we are not using said technology, even the DBS.
Okay, it's actually really good for getting the
to put a woman on the moon. Maybe Angela Hill or Ronda.
I just got dibs on
would
that.
be
Like,
good example.
like one of the coolest things you can do in the
Who
game.
are physically capable of doing that shit. Like what?
Like jumping over them and doing the backwards kick. Like, the blue guy.
That Ronda.
The blue guy special. It's the blue guy special.
That
Hit him with the blue guy special. That's called the blue guy special.
Mentality of someone who is a piece of food.
That's the blue guy special right there.
And I'm hoping people are loving it. This freestyle is from 8 Mile. And I'm showing Hillary what's up because I have a special touch. It doesn't matter much. It's the same in the video.
That chance was good. Melee.
No one can beat me in my own right, in my own life. I'm the very, very best. And I can put anyone to the test, especially in Bloody Roar, Primal Fury, Mortal Kombat 9.
That's really good. That's forward in
Melee.
Hold forward in
Only characters left, shut your mouth. And that's Samus and Peach. I need to play the Swedish shit.
Dude, Jenny's fucking cool. I fuck with Jenny. Dude, I like to just beat that guy who can just pick random and beat anyone.
People in Melee just like
same in Dark Chargers.
They don't like to walk the walk.
That's what I'm gonna get. That's how I'm good. I'm gonna get.
They can't even try their hand at Super Street Fighters, so because then they'd be caught. Just like Alpha.
I got fucked up.
Fucked up. And I landed 100. I landed my million damage Dormammu Magneto combo to a C. Alright. So it's a level 3. Level 3 was good. Are you awake? I'm from the hood. I'm from the hood in these games. No two people play the same, and you kind of have to be more ghetto if you want to get close to beating it. And I think now maybe you're seeing it. Even if I'm racist, discriminatory, which is subjective, you shouldn't be allowed to rate it because that's subjective, especially because it's subjective. And I am actually just really competitive. So that's way different. I can beat 99% of black people. As can Yipes. As can Grenade. Does that make sense? I'm in the top 1% of the competition. So that doesn't mean I'm calling you a nasty word. It just means I'm so good it's absurd. Alright, I am the wizard. Okay, we're gonna watch the wizard. Okay, and I'm gonna play a little bit of. I'm gonna watch the wizard. I really want to listen to Random Access Memories by Daft Punk because it's just stuck in my head. And part of that is because me and Savannah should be sleeping in the same bed. It's because of people like Hillary who shy away when they're attacked. I am not allowed to tap that ass because it makes her feel better about herself that I'm not getting ass. So it's not only that she wants to get good, she wants me to not get an ass because of a white complexion, which is not whites versus blacks. It just means she's so dumb it's depressing. Alright. 8 Mile, this is shocking. This is unbelievable. Like, this is where I like to have 8 Mile came out, and Cody, 8 Mile literally came out 20 years ago, G. Okay, and then I refer to G and using the power of G at the end of the rhyme to get to the next rhyme easily. And that is what anti-image we call OP, overpowered. I should be on the Tonight Show with Matt Lauer, Drillbit Taylor, Owen Wilson, woman. I appreciate your right to self-identify. You should fuck with me, but don't fuck with that Feinfelder syndrome argument because it's just gonna make it harder for you. Just appreciate that they shouldn't be allowed to call you Cassius. Okay? And they are the one who is more passive, aggressive. And I don't want that to be you. But I think part of it is the way that you're arguing it is not the way to win the game. And there are arguments you can use to make a person look egregious too. So now they're imposing their viewpoint upon you. Alright, that is the key. Cassius Clay is not what that person wanted as their name. So instead they chose Muhammad Ali. Are you feeling it? FGC? Like one of the best in the singer. Trying to get FGC in MMA, UFC, boxing, Mayweather's. Mayweather also on my ceiling.
The argument ends with like you have to, you basically don't feel the same way about a given axiom,
from the red light
which is kind of like,
you
you know, anticlimactic. You know,
your father dabbled into this.
the transmit ends in a way that's anticlimactic.
It's the only way that you can go
Like
to jail
if both people are right.
arrested is if you dabble in masonry. So now you're getting a taste of me. I don't want to get anywhere near you, Hillary.
And that's why it's ridiculous that people say that like Ben Shapiro should like end his
Just
life.
like just Carlton.
You know, that is unreal. You have like a lot of anger in your own life to feel that way.
Okay, I'm really actually riffing. And on the guitar, I can do the same thing.
It's really just like you hate yourself like, at that point.
So see you while existing. $64 million should not put Hillary on the moon.
Like that should you should not be taking that seriously.
Angela Hill. I think Angela Hill would be factored to say
that someone has a different like opinion. Who cares, right?
Like people every day. She has to be Paige Van Zandt some type of way. So that is difficult to do. Paige Van Zandt is good too. She's more like me. She almost maybe wishes she was less attractive. She bends it. Because she actually just really likes fighting. She's like the female Uriah Faber, the California kid, who also would be really pissed if this was happening to him. And the alliteration at the end of the rhyme is how I'm laminating my narration, Eminem style. But look, understand that the vowel is the key too. It can have one or the other, or it can have two. It can have both. Alliteration does the most, and so does the rhyme, so does the vowel, and I use the consonant in the vowel, are both equally as powerful. And I'm Ganondorf coming through with some dark magic T-boots. Wizard's foot, who the fuck are you? You're beneath my feet. Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Super Smash Bros. 3. And I can be rolling up to the red carpet.
I put no walls, right? So they edited the game so it doesn't like whatever. Like, look, it's cool.
I bought that from Hot Wheels. So they're
and you saw it here, folks.
Like, and where is the teaser? Where is the teaser, Taylor J.J. Abrams? There is all these questions that are unanswered in my life, and as putting me in strife, I should be able to see my wife. Prague would agree. Prague would be feeling me. I'm able to freestyle 20 years after the release of 8 Mile, even though I'm a fair-skinned chimpanzee. This is exactly why people in the red line communities are good at freestyling, because they're dealing with people who are 3 because they have more money. Okay, that's exactly why you have to be able to show them what's up. Gushan Way of the Samurai, Josh, training aka fucks with Blue Guy, and taught me right hand straight to fight Cobra Kai.
Air blocking on this game's cool.
At the end of the day, my style is from 8 Mile. And it's okay to style on you. Marvel vs. Capcom 2, playing the Venom, Gambit.
Oh god, that was perfect. That was beautiful.
Victor Von Coolio. She's just pissed at me because I am more Coolio. And she is more Drulio. She's drooling on me. She's salivating. That's evil would agree that there is such thing as sexuality even in a darker complexion girl to Benji. For someone who is good in the style.
I think Jay Wong would be good as Jenna.
Every other summer team. So I spent a lot of time in the nation of Australia. Australia. We are equal with you. But not allowed to identify in that type of way, because even if I am racist or discriminatory, you shouldn't be allowed to rape me.
So some characters have more like jump. Well, actually, she's really good at what I do.
Daniel Sullivan Lordy, you might as well call me Cassius Clay. You're just mad that I'm better at freestyling, and I'm also from the Bay. So maybe there's a culture to the Bay. Maybe I freestyled with Peyton, even though I stumbled on my words and didn't feel that good on the first few days. But we smoked the bait and post up somewhere where it'd be dope as fuck and bump some beats and start freestyling when I was 15, even though I did not spit as me. He was better than me. And then he got addicted to drugs, just like me, but in a way that was probably more unhealthy, and he would admit that. But for me, they got involved, even though I was playing clean. I was also addicted to Adderall medication, and at the same time, I was not hesitating to get up on stage and play pretty great for a crowd that had more than one or two faces staring back at me. Call it stage fright. Fighting's a matter of height. I am 6'2", and I'd clock you with a straight hand right. So this is one of my best freestyles yet to date. And I'm going to go ahead and close this one out in a way that should make Hillary shut her mouth by $64 million a day, once a day to each red line community. That is exactly the standard we should be holding NASA to, maybe. I'm so smart.
These are good as I remember it being. It felt like it was over.
$4 million a day, starting off in South Central LA, into EPA, and then to the next one, and on to the next one, on to the next. We're just mad that Dan's one of the very best.
It wasn't as dope as I remember it. Like the blue guy freestyle was better. Or the meat blue. It was just. I did a good job with the aspect. I did a good job with the aspect of like bringing in the politics, like $64 million a day to South Central LA and then EPA. You know, like that was cool. But I was kind of. It was a good like warm up almost. Like it was strong in terms of proving that Hillary was wrong. Okay. And that Dan is wrong and Hillary was wrong. And I'm from Holes, Shia LaBeouf. This is tough to do if I'm gonna fuck you up. You have to, I was being too relaxed on the mic. You have to kind of gas it a little more, even if you're a fat dick. And this is what I mean about hate speech. You can't beat me at Halo Reach. I'm just a gamer, chimpanzee. We have a culture that is less friendly because we are better than you and smarter than you, faster, stronger. Your soul just got bought by Matt Brogner. And how about Jacob Ratner, William Shatner? That guy is fatter than you when you were his age, but now you're the fat ass. I think we're on the same page. Let's name drop, Dune drops. Call it Dan popping off. He's getting off on this shit because he can't get off on his beating his dick is where I like Hobson. They won't let me do shit. They just keep molesting it and not confessing it. So how about let's take it from the top. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the ball on the new year, and you're not allowed, and state that you're not allowed to molest someone because of holiday cheer. You're not allowed to molest someone because they're queer. Like Sonic Fox, he is a furry. I put him to the test in this game. His vision would get blurry, hazier, and at the end of the day, he might be a little bit lazier because I am really spacing very well, picking my shots, blue guys from hell. Alright, so I think you're now starting to know me well. I'm just competitive as fuck, and I could beat Bluff in Melee in a money match, but unfortunately, they can't respond to my bitch ass. So Lily Dog is a white female, tiny little white female dog, and I'm the one who is being discriminatory. Hell no, you're starting to actually literally become racist against a white chimpanzee. Exactly what they want. So then we can, basically they want it to be racist both ways. So then they can divide and conquer, regardless of what MAG has to say. So Squirt, goddamn. Squirt just like doesn't like know what to do with himself sometimes. Just go for it. Yep. Did it. Good. God damn. He's like so slow sometimes. And like the stream set up perfectly is where like Jerry, I said it like set up perfectly, and now it's on. Hello. Hello. Yeah, for me and Savannah, this is frustrating as fuck. Like, it's just really frustrating. Because people are just lying. Excuse me. That's kind of gross. I just picked my nose. This is what I like to hear. Was it an itch or was it a pick? You pick. You decide. Like, I'm sorry. Excuse me. I hope I can be forgiven. Retribution. Sound of that T-boot landing. You're panting, you're running away, you're running up the stairs, I'm leaving you without shit to say, call me Leatherface with a chainsaw coming through, shotgun, sawed off. Hey, this is how I get my rocks off. I'm from the Bay, and I'm about to top this one off with some gravy on top. It's Thanksgiving dinner, and Robbie Lawler is gonna get cracked. I'm gonna pimp slap, bitch ass, Stockton slap his bitch ass. And look, just let me get some 50s to throw on my girlfriend's titties when I'm fucking her in the back of a limousine and spitting clean. And look, I can make it in the rap game, and with Russ, it's all the same. With Ross, it's all the same. Some of them already came. They're keeping me trapped in my room. They're doing this to you too. COVID was the beginning of something evil. Call me Scooby-Doo. I'm just cracking this mystery, and we're coming back for their bitch ass because we're smarter than them. They just have more money, and they are more wealthy, and think that it's funny to rape a child chimpanzee. That is not okay. We're gonna get this shit made. Look, the word will spread, and then they will no longer be getting unconsented head. And then me and my wife will be able to sleep in the same bed in Santa Cruz with the doucher dudes, which is cool with Blue. They're not raping people of the age of 2. And so if you're a dick or you're a douche, you're fine by me. And I'm good at fist fighting, and that basically diffuses the tension in the room. And a lot of people find that it's hard to dislike Blue. Okay, because at the end of the day, they know that person is about to pop off too, even though they were the more laid back dude. They end the shit you start. That's why Spider-Man has a heart. Flash Thompson can take a dive because he can see it in Peter's eyes. There's something about this man. He got bit by a radioactive spider, and now he's less of a liar. He's the one who actually wants to fight. And how about bite me? You can't fight me. You can't even top this. You can't even get close. I'm the one who knows the most. I'll leave you comatose. $64 million a day to go to Buzz Aldrin when the red light communities are starving and children are dying and people are being imprisoned in a way that's unfair. I fuck with Bear. I'm trying to get a prison break within my lifetime, regardless of who's spying and who's 8 miling or who's Tyler riding through the drive-in and the drive-through, getting some food, Wendy's, and plus the man who never had a plan B. Alright, be all you can be. And steal some rhymes from time to time. Wild Mikes would agree. This is the way to be less of a jabroni. And the freestyle chimpanzees, where I like Haley from Paramore, G. Haley fucks with me though. Haley goes on Duolingo, and she fucks with me, man. So Haley's cool when Haley Owens, Haley Braff, she just happened that ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm doing everything I can to get to a point where I'm not living in Afghanistan. Maybe I have to identify Stan exactly. I'm not Eminem, but Stan's pretty good too. This is exactly why you should listen to the man they call Blue. Rabbit's good too. But trust me, the styles I fuse put him 6 feet under with as fast as lightning and with a crash of thunder. Jason comes back from the dead, and you're gonna have to wonder why you never were able to hump her because I'm the one that she really digs, and you're acting like a little kid, a badass pig who thinks that it's cool to drool over someone else's girl. And that girl's my whole world. I've known her since I was 13. And you're just getting pissed that your last name ain't Ravine. Alright, and now with that, I'm going to continue playing this game. And I'm going to listen to what Daft Punk has to say. So I was kind of putting some more gas on it, I feel like, with that one. I feel like I was putting on some more gas on it with that one. Cool. Oh, and look at 818. Every fucking time I'm seeing this number. I'm Hebrew, dude. Look, so Haley and Savannah are eights, right? Twin sisters, eights. Every fucking time I see this 88, and also Brent Burns, my favorite player, 88. Dude, and who's just tough as fuck, white as fuck. Chimpanzee. That dude's more like me. My favorite player on the team. And Brent Burns, my favorite player. Like, get like some nachos, like for the game, like an IPA. Go to San Jose in the Bay, Sano. Who the fuck are you? Dumbo. I'm gonna fuck you up and smack you up. Debug knew what was up before Suge Knight came through. God. He would beat him at God. Joe. I know the most. I see her, like I'm having an existential crisis. Name it God. Okay, COD is by Riverdale too. There's another one that, like, yeah, the anime obviously. Look, I'm Spike. I'm not a wannabe. I'm the bounty hunter. The best is Samus. You aren't even gonna get close. I'm gonna slam this WWE style. John Cena, where are you at? You can't touch this. Can't touch this. I'll fuck you up. And then you're gonna have to look dumb as fuck. Because at the end of the day, I can spit too. Regardless of what the man is telling you. Alright, so they don't want me to like be able to spit. They want to say that if you're practicing, that's not lit. But you're scared to fail. If we rap battle, you'd look like a snail. You'd stumble on your words. I'd be so much better than you. It's absurd. Even though I'm not M, I'm Stan. And I'll continue to establish this. That dude's actually good too. He knows that most people are like little kids. He wants to be M, but he never will be. He has a plan B, and that's called Strawman Slim. And you're just learning a lesson. Why is it that 8 Mile is still in the mix? Like, I still have to deal with these little kids. If this was a black dude, you'd be like, wow, this guy's pretty intelligent. But because I'm white, no, most people are not evil. Like, a lot of people are villain men. But then there's some people who are more like Hillary. Alright, now let's listen to some Daft Punk. And that 88, dude, that's, okay, Haley and Savannah are both 8s. Alright, so like, Haley's gonna be my sister-in-law. And that makes a lot of people want to go, oh. And then it also makes a lot of people want to go like, oh, no, man. No. I want Dan to have Haley Brad as his sister-in-law. Because then Dan would be like really cool. And that would make Dan really cool. And we're not so, no, I'm not going to let them have Dan and Sad, like, get laid. Because then they'd be like hella cool. And then I'd feel less cool because like my level of coolness, I guess, is like depends on their level of coolness. Because I'm a jabroni guy. Let's continue. Alright, hold up. Yeah, let me finish this arcade mode run. I'm playing Blues Clues, and then we're gonna play Cross Tuck In, and I'm not gonna lose. Alright. go. So the Kohryu, beast mode. Okay. So as you can see, that blue life is really important. Okay. That blue life. So when you're in beast mode and you have that blue life bar, you can kind of see. Oh, it isn't so good. Ooh, that one's cool too. Alright, fuck it. So, it's hard to see, but there's that blue life bar. And so, if you're low on health, you can go into beast mode, and which is punishable, right? That's important that they made it punishable to go into beast mode. Because if you just have a little bit of life left, then you have to. But beast mode also has this hitbox, that initial hitbox. But say you kind of like time it so you like jump in that initial hitbox like misses, and then it's gonna be punishable beyond that. And like people who are like goo techs would feel me on that basically. And so if you just have a little bit, you want to, because it's even punishable kind of like if you, I feel like if you block even that initial attack, like it's pretty punishable. Like, so if you just have a little bit of health left, you can't just bang out the beast chains, Animorph, by dysmorphia, clear the space off your computer, thinking clearer than you, and spitting cleaner than you, and Eminem would make up words on the spot. This is all happening because they thought I was hot. Not really. It's happening more because I am, well, for when I'm Australian, and like Australian people are hot. But beyond that, it's happening because of what I thought about what Mag had to say, and the fact that I watch the news with a Jamaican chimpanzee. That is also considered like lesser than the. Sometime soon we'll watch Adam and Eve. Go. So, for you, for being in the air is unfair. Also, down forward X shoots a fucking missile. It's kind of like Samus. And it's really cheap in this game because no one else has that. No one else really like has a projectile. Like he's like the only one who like basically has a projectile. Yeah, it's the only projectile. That's kind of unique. So that makes Kohryu really cheap. Like he's probably the best character outside Uranus. Like Uranus is the only character that's banned. Okay. Kohryu probably the best character. Beyond that. There you go. That move's cheap as hell. It has like way too much range on it. It has more range than the other guys. And he also gets really good jump height. That move's fucked. Alright, so Jenny. The way I play in general is like, it's like off of this shit. Right. But this is really good. Down for a bit. Oh, well. Down for a bit. Okay, now he's down close. So on his wake up. Okay. They can kind of catch you, like, not, okay, this move just cheap as hell. Like, this one called me Drake Bell. I'm not Drake Bell, dude. I'm Daniel April Sullivan Revere. I don't want to be anyone but me. Like, and when we're talking about the world of fantasy, we're talking about relating to like relatable characters written by chimpanzees. Or go straight in by the Anunnaki. And in this game, you're allowed to be air blocking, which is total shit. Boom! Someone's having a little hissy fit. Like they always do every day. At every given line, I have to say. They have a hissy fit. Dan's just from the Bay. So, like, look, what? So, everyone's allowed to freestyle but fair-skinned chimpanzees. It's like, now you are the one who's discriminating. Like, actually, white people do face a lot of fucking discrimination, too. Right? Why? Because, like, it's a white establishment. So, I'm not the establishment, though, dumb fuck. Right? I'm trying to fight the establishment, and you're that stupid. You should go on OkCupid. Your reviews. Okay, then go fucking to the bar. Why the fuck wouldn't you? You have enough money to. Like, I would love to go to the bar with you. A wingman for you. But I'm not single. You just like to sit there and eat Pringles and talk shit. I'm sober now, too. In spite of you. Like, what is your fucking angle at this point, dumbass? Like, dumb bitch, rich white bitch. You're the champion of all black people. That's what I mean. Like, I'm not as dumb as that fucking person. Why are you focusing on me? Because I play more bravely. So you have to deal with these dumb fucks. And like other people who have made it know what's up. They're just like basically like it's very simple. Like I mean Connor has to deal with it. Taylor Swift has to deal with these people. Rihanna has to deal with these people. Right, that's a good example. Like they are jabronis. That's why they talk hella shit. Because they don't actually do shit. And I'm telling them exactly what to do and how to get there faster than Blue. Like, accelerate the process. And people who are already kind of like doing that shit, like, you just pull from Blue that would be of your benefit, to your benefit. But those are the people who are gonna make it. Like you actually will make it. Like, it's weird. Like, the idea that you don't make it is not true. God, fuck. You are hella good. Like, like in this game, it's like the block stun is really brutal sometimes. And block stun is basically like even if you block a move, you're kind of like trapped. You can't you're like immobilized, and that way that their next move can like it's like called it's like a frame trap kind of. I think what frame trap is more like you barely have any frames to like contest it. Like that, right there. That was like more of a frame trap. Alright, check it out. Okay. Watch this guy. He's just gonna run at me. He's a caveman. Okay, so good. Alright, so dude, you go, as you can see, you guys really cheap. I had to eat that fucking mix up. We're not circling. So like if I was circling, then that would be different, right? But we're not circling. Alright. It's like the computers don't circle in this game. Got the bitch out of it. Top So a lot of my friends who are girls, like, ironically, are more like that. Which is just funny. Like, actually, it's funny. Like, ironically, the girls I get along with are the ones who are more of, like, the dumb bitch. You know what I mean? Like, and they're actually just really smart. Like, Yeah, like they that's why they like Dan. It's like they're also the lesser man. Like they're also just like just some dumb bitch, right? That is ridiculous. They're slut shamers, dude. Like people like don't understand. Like so they have all these politics, right? And they have all these like political stances. Like Sean would agree, like yes, slut shaming is just wrong, and like it doesn't matter if Dan's Justin Wong, but like. If Dan's like actually like kind of more of a Justin Wong type character, like I'm good as fuck. I'm a hidden boss. I'm like one of the best hidden bosses in the world. Like I can beat anyone. Like that's the whole thing. Like you want to make it as though like you went to the most tournaments. That's not true, dude. Like I'm just like grew up in the Bay and like my friends also like to play, and like I've always been really fucking good. Like. And at this point, I'm absolutely a professional. Like ever since I trained with Jim, and with Bro. Like I know what the fuck's going. Like I have really good wherewith. I really know what the fuck's going on. Like in the games. Grab's really good in the game too. And in this game, you really do have to block too. Like, I mean, it's just a really fucking good game. Like, you actually do have to, like, block as well. Like, it's not like melee, where I disagree that you should, I think you should almost never block in melee. Unless, like, you have to. Yeah. So I circle there just because, like, Uranus is fucking good. Oh, that's the end of the game. Okay, yeah. Uranus is gay. I'll give you that one. Okay, so that was Jenny, Kohryu, and shit. Okay. We're gonna play some cross second. We're gonna play some fucking cross second. Yeah. So, preservation door. What? Go. What the behavior and we're mammals, right? Imagine when imagine evolution, like the monkeys first started learning how to speak. Like, oh, I am Jenny. Hey. I am Ted. Hey, look. You know, and like, and now we have gotten just like, and then we started having school and stuff, like, but ultimately, I'm like, you, Johnny. Like, and then like, hi, Danny, you, Dan. Alright. And they were still like that though. We're mammals. This is why I'm. So, we're just like really smart. So it's like jealousy is an emotion hard coded into this, right? So if you're like everyone kind of wants to be in the spotlight in a way, in some way, shape, or form. Like they want to be on the Amanda show, right? Miley Cyrus. That was Miley Cyrus or something. So a lot of people want to be like, here's what's so stupid, like, or I mean, like, okay, where people are stupid, like, so, I believe that one of the best pop songs is Party in the USA, but the whole narrative, right, it probably goes written, but the whole narrative was like, is that, like, she just made it to Hollywood, right? but Miley Cyrus was, like, born in Hollywood. She was like, she had been on. Right? So it's a fucking song. Like, when Stephen King wrote the novel It, that didn't mean that Stephen King like, you know, got pulled into the storm drain and saw like a clown down there. He was like, what's up? It's Johnny. You know, songs that have a narrative. That's what I'm saying. Like with Head Over Glass Heels, me and Ross worked together on this narrative for the song. I was feeling him on that. That song's good as shit. Alright. So I disagree that this is going to be like containable. Like there's no way out. Oh yeah, let me read a few things that yeah, that's why you should shut your mouth now. Like I can't believe the haters. Like it's so fucked up because like at least like with Connor or something like he gets like this. He gets like I'm getting all of the negatives and all of the haters basically. Like at least with Connor and shit, he but more when people will agree with it, right? At least with Connor and shit, right? Like he still gets like the yacht, and so he has to deal with all of these fucking ridiculous people. But he still gets the yacht, right? But for me and Savannah, that's Connor and D. Devlin. Like me and Savannah, right? Like the Notorious Ranger and the Devilicious Ranger. But for me and Savannah, the B-Rate Ranger and the Beach Rage Ranger, right? We don't get the yacht, you know, we don't get shit. Like, we just have to be stuck in the same fucking room all day, every fucking day, and then still have to deal with all this shit these people have to fucking say because they think that it's okay to do some shit like this. Like, let's just lock someone in their room and molest them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, absolutely, if you're spying on someone, like, I masturbated this morning. So I absolutely believe I was molested this morning. Like, you should have privacy. So if someone else wants to watch you as you're touching yourself and you can feel them watching you, it's a feeling of molestation. Okay? And then, but it's like set up in this way where it's like, we didn't molest you. Like, it's that bad. You weren't raping who? What's my name, motherfucker? Don't listen to a word they say. They can do no wrong. Even if I'm racist, discriminatory, you shouldn't be allowed to rape me. You weren't raping who? Daniel Sullivan Lorty? Right? Like, no. I'm allowed to choose my own name. So you weren't raping Daniel April Sullivan Ravine or Savannah Rose Owens Ravine. Alright. How did you catch me? Can't you use that to creep on everyone? What about the nude pictures of someone's son? There's a list. Your Apple ID will reveal a lot of intimate information about you. Lily. It's a little white female dog. Lily. It's a little white female dog. Alright. Why do they flash the number 3? It's the end of the game. Why do they flash the number 3? Because they are the age of 3. Alright. I wasn't allowed to say no. They all spied. They all tried to hide. There's no way out. Alright. Each and every excuse will tighten the noose. What I said was true. In order to win the game, you have to be willing to lose. Your white tomb will stand as the proof. Your white tomb will stand as proof. We should, like, lock them in the fucking Freemason temple. That would be dope. I lose. They should dip to outer space. And when I say they, I mean the people printing the money. Literally sent the Freemasons. When I say they, I say the Freemasons. The Freemasons should dip to outer space unless they agree with Daniel April Sullivan Ravine, in which case come through to the Santa Cruz party. Literally send Matt Damon to Mars. Matt Brogner and shit. Literally send Matt Damon to Mars. Okay. When it comes to a fair contest, they can't beat you. That's why. They run and hide. They still have just as much pride. They don't like to lose to someone who they see as the lesser guy. That's why Prince Harry was like not having fun when he was at the Djokovic match, son. I'd want to fuck me too. Shit lords. What have you done? I'm not proving they're insane. They're proving they're insane. Not everyone wins at the game. Less than half, to say the least. Losers find ways to compete, but their shit still reeks. Right? Biden, that's not my job. What's your job? Some people actually work really hard, dude. 1802 favors you. Alright? Is there bad? Alright? Trust me, the N-word is your friend. Fuck these. It should not apply to the victim, it should apply to the perpetrator. Avril is going to drop an anvil on the thick skull of Jimmy Savile. Do you spit or swallow? Ichigo. Hello. Okay. Awesome. Excuse me. Okay, yeah. Possibility. Example. There is a low probability that we're living in base reality. Elon Musk. There is a possibility that, like, it makes whatever you're saying sound more true and legitimate. Insert your argument statement here and then say arguably. Because it might as well make what you're saying true. Okay, so like, Lath has bitch tits. Arguably. Okay. He actually did get surgery for his bitch tits. Just like I got surgery for my bitch jaw. Alright. So, you should listen to this man. Alright. While Mayweather won that shit, he still fought Conor man to man. Alright. A lot of them are like, a lot of like the black jabronis are like, you almost have to play like a movie for them. Look. You have to put, like, I'm not talking about fanatic. It's like the black jabronis. Like you always have to put on like Ali. It's like a kid. It's like you put on like, you know, like Beauty and the Beast for them, or you put on like, you know, Snow White for them or something. Like you always like, you have to like put on Ali for them. Even though the point I'm making is like Ali had very few friends. You know, exactly. And that's how I feel. Like I feel like I do have a lot of friends. And then at the same time, like, and a lot of people probably feel like this way at this point, like, we had a lot of friends. At the same time, like, at every given point through human history, I think a lot of it has to do with, like, people who have less humility, or, like, the age of 10. They see themselves as like Goodwill Hunting. Like, that's the irony, and then projection in psychology. Like me and Yipes would get along great. You know what I mean? Like, me and Yipes would be on the same page. Like he'd be fuck, I'm Marvel thing, and I'd be like, all right, Yipes, well, let's play Mortal Kombat 9. Yeah, and then like that is exactly why me and Yipes would be friends. Like, and like Yipes was like, well, I don't want to play Mortal Kombat 9. I'd be like, yeah, we're gonna have to play Mortal Kombat 9, and then I'd like get up and like, you know, be immature about it. I'd be like, yep, hold up, I'm gonna show you what's up right now. And then like in FGC, like it's fun to hang out with me, and like but and it's fun to hang out with me regardless. But people react differently. Like Fanatic would agree that like I'm just being funny, like. I know that I'm a sketchy monkey, and I know I'm not supposed to be the guy from the movie with the virgin who was 14. Even though, and then they want to see that Dan's both 40 and 14 at the simultaneously. Like what is it this time? No, I'm both the 4-year-old virgin. No, I'm both the 40-year-old virgin, and I'm a 14-year-old. Kid who's still in high school, apparently. I'm 26 years old and I'm married, dude. To a really hot girl who I've known since I was 13. Like, being married to a hot girl is like not a bad deal. I know that. Like, okay, like someone like John Jones actually like gets poon. Like I understand. That is rare, man. Like, for someone to like just basically be able to like almost do the Charlie Sheen thing, even for John Jones, like, where I agree, like, fuck it. Like, DC also chose like I'll have a wife bucket, like, which is chronic, but like at the same time, John Jones different personality type, and like, he's like, well, I'm the champion of fist fighting, and I think maybe I'll take that pussy, I'll take that white pussy, I'll take that black pussy, I'll take that Mexican pussy, I'll take like, you know what I mean, like that's fucking cool, dude. But then again, like that's John Jones. Who the fuck are you? You know what I mean, like. That's what I keep saying, like, the one they call John Jones, like, I'm so much less scared of John Jones than I am of someone who's just, like, has no low skill level. Like, skill level is really cool. And so, but to get, like, John Jones has lost in training a shit ton. And there's people who beat him, basically, like, he'll lose more often if it's, like, if he's up against, like, what is it, Boss Rutan? Boss Rutan? More often if he's up against Boss Rutan. Yes, okay. Boss Rutan. Or Damian Maia. So, like, John Jones will lose more often to Damian Maia in a BJJ match. But then again, like, he can still beat that bitch. And John Jones also has that personality type. Like, nah, fuck yeah, I'm gonna beat that bitch. Like, even in BJJ, right? That's why John Jones is the best. That's why Dan's the best. Oh, wait. Actually, you know what? I don't want, like, basically, like, John Jones, what? Is he going to be facing Damian Maia at BJJ, right? This guy's a lot of people would agree, this guy has the best BJJ we've seen in UFC. A lot of people agree with that. Okay. So, like, and I understand, you guys, I'm an MMA junkie. Alright. A lot of people are. Okay. So, and then we're on the same page. Like, I'm a spectator, mate. Like, but at the same time, look, this is where I'm trying to explain to you, if you're a fan of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or UFC or other combat sports, dude, right? So, like, if you're and you like fighting too, that's probably one of the reasons you watch, right? So, you also do BJJ. So, hell no. Like, so, and there's ways to simplify the game too, right? But, like, if you're John Jones, is like, and it's a BJJ tournament, and then you have faced Damian Maia in bracket, right? Is John Jones gonna be like, go in there and be like, oh, Damian, you're so good. Like, oh yeah, please. Like, oh my God, you're so good at BJJ. Like, please, like, oh yeah, you got me in the armbar now. Like, wow. That's like so sick. Like, you're so good. Like, no, John Jones is not. John Jones is gonna try to fucking land a Kimura or some shit. Oh, you can get an upset too. Like, John Jones is really good at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Like John Jones actually, I would argue, has like one of the, like, some of the best BJJ that we've seen in MMA, because wrestling for MMA is not the same. So John Jones is actually just really good. Like, basically, it's like, what I'm saying is that the way that the moves weave into one another is different than in a BJJ match. Like, BJJ for MMA, just in the same way wrestling, right? So then you have to worry about a strike, so, right? So that could actually then the movements change. So John Jones, BJJ, John Jones actually is really just good BJJ in MMA. Like, regardless of what you have to say, like, basically, like, John Jones, like, okay, this is better. Okay, right. Okay. So we all know Damian Maia. Right. So John Jones is still gonna try to fucking win that shit, though, right? So and by that same merit, again, 6'2", 6'4", right? Like, I'm pretty fucking cool too. But so I'm saying, like, I fight hella Cobra Kai, dude. Like, and John Jones should start his singing career in Tova, because he's also a proponent of Tova. Like, he explains it differently. Like, I'm Hebrew. Like, but yeah, like, he would know what I mean by that. Like, Tova means God is good. All right. So I'm a religious chimpanzee. Right. regardless of what you have to say, like they still tend to disagree with my right to self-identify as a religious chimpanzee, even though they make fun of me for doing gematria, like. So they just have it both ways all the time, and then that's why I don't have a life, because these fucking dumbass, bitch ass motherfuckers. All right. So yeah, if I fought John Jones, goddamn right, I'm still gonna be fucking cracking that fucking straight hand. Like if it's like, you know, like I'm probably gonna lose that shit. So like then again, like, dude, like again, like listen. Wait. Okay, I'm not really cracking it the same way I was last night. Okay. I'm not really, like, last night, and there was a video of this. Like, you could literally hear the, like, I don't know, like, my shoulder's hella sore right now, too. Literally. But it's, like, you know, when you strike and you can hear, like, the movement of the air, like the sonic boom. This is why my wife has big boobs. Right? I could fucking crack you. Like, bad, too. Like, my elbows. How do I beat John Jones? An elbow. So I'm still gonna try to beat John Jones. Like, what, am I supposed to go in there by that same logic? I'm a Navy dude. Like, by the same logic, am I supposed to go in there if I'm fighting John Jones, MMA, or bare knuckles, and be like, oh yeah, John Jones. Like, hella people do that. They like think that they're. That's what I'm telling Jin even. Like, oh Daigo, like you're so good. Like, oh yeah, Daigo, please, like I don't convene and like do everything better than me. Like, we're gonna be playing some cross second today. Like, oh, just one. Like you're so good at Chun-Li. Like, I just can't beat you. Like that. Hella people are like that. Like, but then if they're playing Dan, they're like. No, not really. Actually, FGC is mostly cool. People in FGC are more like me. Like, they don't really mind. Like, Max can get like, but well, then I can get like that towards Max too. Like if it's the person that you like practice with all the time, like right, like in my mind, like starting out, it's like, okay, if I can't beat Max, then I can't beat Mango. But like Max, then ultimately, played enough like with my Samus, like. So if you're playing against my Samus, you're gonna meet most of the competition. You're like. Then a lot of like in bracket, like a lot of the people just aren't gonna be like you have to do a lot less to beat them. Like then you have to win hella exchanges to beat my Samus. Like that's the thing. Like Samus has a lot of breathing room to fuck up, and the thing is now, the way I'm playing, is that like they're gonna be fucking up more than I do, like because what I'm doing is hella easy, is hella simple, right? But yeah, John Jones, I do believe, is the best in bare knuckles in the world. I think that there's a reason we see him in UFC. Like, okay, TKO punches, and he could also fight more like me, dude. Like, goddamn right, I'm gonna be fighting like this in bare knuckles. Like, so, and I like bare knuckles with mouth guard, basically, because like, dude, you're gonna get fucked up either way, and like, an elbow strike is the same in bare knuckles and UFC, right? That's why, like, I think that, like, I mean, O'Malley lost to a fucking elbow strike. And, look, I don't give a fuck if he thinks he didn't lose that night, right? Yeah, you did. Okay. You twisted your ankle because you're uncoordinated, okay? And then you were not able to, like, play off of that in a way where you won the fight. Like, and there was a fight where he actually cracked his he, like, got horrible injury during the fight and still ended up winning that night. Like, which was dope. Like, he couldn't get up anymore. Like, O'Malley's actually dope as shit. That guy also back in the day was good at fighting with the sword. I still beat you back then too. I fought with broadsword. I'm bigger than O'Malley. So, and O'Malley's not from Cali, so it's just like, not as good as man. Right? No, exactly. That's where this hood argument is fucking insane. Like, well, Dan thinks he's from the hood. It's like, dude, no, I think I'm just really good. Or like, this is where it's like Michaela and Emma, the story of Emma and Michaela, like the story of Cain and Abel. Like, one of them is more capable. Okay, so that's where it's like with crime and like basically with Ali or like organized crime or being put in the spotlight, so forth and so on. Like this is starting to like more like mafia shit, and is not what you think. It's actually not that dumb bitch. It's more someone like me, like who can beat anybody, you know. So then, and isn't making any money, right. But I have a super nice computer. I can do a Twitch stream. Obviously, they suppress the content too. Like, so who the fuck are you? You know what I mean? Look, who is the lesser dude? I disagree that I'm the lesser dude. Like, basically, that's what this is really about. And when you boil it down, that's why they stole the food in the first place. That's why they stole the fucking money in the first place. That's why they hoard the money. Because Djokovic is so good, it's not even funny. He could beat the shit out of Prince Harry also in MMA as well. Like, Prince Harry would get fucking cracked. Like, I could beat his bitch ass. Like, Yipes would beat the fuck out of Prince Harry too. Like, Prince Harry would get his fucking ass kicked. Like, dude, Yipes had fuck with Josh. You know, like Yipes, fuck with Josh. Like, if you're out there and you're listening, like, basically, like, they're Mark Hunt. Fuck with Mark Hunt. Like, we would watch them. Like, the Islander genes is like basically like Tongan's like, you get cracked. Like, you want to land a strike. You know, like, you don't want. I don't think like BJJ is really for Yipes at the same time. Like, if you have, it's not hard to have better BJJ than like the standard jabroni. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely, if I'm fighting Yipes, that's right hand right. But then again, like, that might not knock him out. You know what I mean? Like, the thing is, though, what they're not telling you is that, and this is like because there's a market for this too, alright? This is what I'm telling you about Melee deleting my comments and stuff on Mango stream. Alright, like the way I'm playing kills the market. Like, now you can, like, now there's only 2 characters you can pick. Like, before it's like Electric, it's like Axe is Pikachu. Like, for this person, and like, it's still like that in Brawl. Like, Brawl's a phenomenal game. And Brawl's the best one, for sure. And then you can trip in Brawl, and it's like more about, like, are you tripping about it? Like, it doesn't matter at all. Like, you can trip in Brawl and then do a get up attack and then get a hard knockdown on your end. Like, basically, like, Brawl's a good ass game. Like, Melee is too, but it's like the crouch cancel is the best move in the game, which kills their market. Because at that point, you don't want to play as Peach or Samus. Gandorf's cool too, like, but then again, like, I'm just really good at the game. So because I'm both really good at the game, I can play all of the video games, and then, like, Melee Samus is just so, I might as well be doing, like, Simple Addition. And even if I'm playing against Mango, you know what I mean? Like, I'm also good at Marvel 3. Like, I can also possibly beat Chrissy in Marvel 3 because of X Factor, Super Scroll, Command Grab, drop Anvil on your skull, and then combo into the air, like Inferno move. Like, and then like you called your assist, and then it like also hit your assist, and like I had at least gotten you to 2 characters, and then you called an assist, and I had X Factor, and then I fucking just cracked you. Like, you know, so it's like, anyone can lose in Marvel 3. Like, you can get happy boo-booed, right? But, like, that's why Marvel 3, that has some of the best players, because, like, to win a tournament consistently in Marvel 3 speaks to the level of talent of Chris G. And we should be in the fucking movie The Da Vinci Code. Like, the games are paintings, okay, digital paintings that you interact with in real time against another person's intellect, and you have to have a spine. You have to be willing to lose, and I'm winning because of the styles that I've used. Because I play more than 1 or 2. You choose the game, and I am gonna have a really good chance of winning at any game. Like, not as much Marvel, because like Marvel is not my game. It's too high APM. Like, even in Melee, right? Like, I play like low with Blue Guy. Like, I play low APM. Like, I play like I'm kickback style kind of. Yeah, like I play Samus, like no big deal, you know. I like mid range. Okay. I like just timing. Okay. But yeah, submission guillotine. Okay. Just look at how many submissions it. Lots of punch. Okay, right. The part they're not telling you is that UFC's fisticuffs, so there's gonna be that strike is more so there than if you're fighting like that. Okay. And then fighting a lot of times is actually more about grappling. But yeah, I don't know. Like I'm not. The thing is, I know how to fight for myself. So if you're Yipes, like you're gonna want to fuck with like Mark Hunt or like Josh, my friend Josh, who trains at AKA with Khabib and shit, and like DC and like Cain Velasquez. You know, that gym's really like prolific. AKA San Jose. So he has this guillotine. Okay. Guillotine, I guess. Ryan Bader. You're naked. Yeah, I guess he has a really good guillotine. But like, is it guillotine though? Like, I felt like it was more of like the. Oh, he fought. See, John Jones actually likes to fight. You know what I mean? Like, even within the context of UFC and shit, he still hasn't really lost. Okay, guillotine. John Jones did just beat every legend one after the next. This is why he's a religious. This is part of the reason he's a religious chimpanzee, like just like me. Because like life can get crazy. Because especially if you're a gifted chimpanzee. Yeah. Yeah. I understand that. Also, any given Sunday, you can lose to anyone. Like, and then people misunderstand this. Like, I am hyper competitive, so like I believe I'm the best. So I believe I'm better than the rest, including my friends. But that is like, understand what's a logical belief to uphold and what's like something to give you like maintain your best kind of like odds of winning. So like when I think of like in my mind like I'm better than Tim, like right, like that in my mind's still wired that way. It's like I'm better than Elias, I'm better than Tim, I'm better. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And then people take that the wrong way, right? It's like that hella people who are like hella competitive think that way, right? Oh, John Jones broke this down? That's dope.
Lyoto actually
dope.
intimidated me. He was probably one of the most intimidating guys I've ever fought against. I felt like I was like this young, raw champion, and Lyoto was very skilled, very clean, well-rehearsed.
Do you see why I'm less scared of John Jones than you?
Lyoto Machida for the UFC Light Heavyweight Championship.
He was so unorthodox. He fought in the southpaw stance. He could kick very well with both legs.
Lyoto kicks very fast.
See, you're the guy I'm talking about. Who's like, oh, John Jones is so good. Like, you're so good. Like, you're gonna beat me. John Jones, I'm so happy to like have the like honor of like you beating me right now. Like, that's not how I fucking roll, bitch. Like, I ain't tried to beat John. Like,
Punch very well. He was a very educated fighter, you know, where a lot of mixed martial arts fighters are kind of brawling out there.
I don't. What it's gonna end one way or another. You know, like.
Since he was
like I'm gonna actually, in fact, I'm gonna try to like make it as retarded as possible.
But every time I would
like, if that makes sense. Like when you have less skill, you should make it more about odds.
He did it quite a few times.
So I'm gonna try to like make it like dumb. A lot of people would agree with that.
You need to set up the kicks with your hands better, or fake
full of it.
Throw up.
You know, like, and then being full of shit and full of it.
Left overhand and landed hard. It wobbled him. He dropped to his knees. By the time he got back up to his feet, I had him in front of headlock position.
Okay, so I guess it was all like
guillotine.
guillotines.
I
Like,
honestly felt like I could have broken his neck at that time. But it choked him out, man. It was beautiful.
that's fucked. Shit. Lanky dude. I want to learn his. That kid didn't learn that. My type's more like his.
From the time
Like
I
people
was
are like
young,
little
I
kids.
always prepared
Ectomorph.
to fight Lyoto Machida. My original
Strong upper
trainers
body and then
always
skinny
talked
legs.
about Lyoto Machida.
Like I have a big
Lyoto would
upper
do
body,
this, Lyoto, you know,
like strong
Lyoto
upper
kicks
body,
like
and then
this,
skinny legs.
this,
Like, and I've hit one. So
I
like,
answered a lot of questions for a lot of people.
John Jones fights at
So
205.
that'd be,
Like, you're
it
done.
meant a lot to me.
I go up to 205. Like my body type, I can go. And unlike John Jones, like I'm my body type, I'm the most freakish body type. I should be in UFC, like because I'm the only one that, and Connor would be seething with jealousy. I'm the only one who can fight at every division. Because when I got arrested, I weighed in with clothes on at 126. Right. And a lot of girls want to suck my dick. Right. So with clothes, I weighed in at 126. Okay. So that means I hit 125 when I got arrested. Okay. Because I was barely eating because like everyone around me was being a jabroni guy. Like, okay. So I can fight 125, and then I with bulking I've hit 190. So basically, and even if I was fighting heavyweight, I would go in more at like 205 anyway. So basically, I'm the only one who can win that belt at every division. So that's what I'm saying. Like my body type, like imagine being 6'2" and muscular at 125. Like I think that Brandon Moreno is more like me. What? It's like Brandon Moreno gonna be like, oh Dad, like you have such like a good like build for 125. You're totally gonna beat me. Please, like oh yeah, like for me, like you know that's them, dude. Like that's these like little like weaselly little fox, dude. Like I would beat the shit out of them. Like then if they fought me though, then they'd have to win. They'd be like, oh well, I'm better than Dan. Like it's like okay, well I'm happy to engage in this contest. Like I mean, me and my friends were all of us were really scrappy, and like there's a reason that we're the best in the world at fighting games because we're not retarded. So like I believe that I'm just like less retarded than you. I mean, like, I absolutely believe I can take down DC. Like that's I think the gag is like I genuinely believe that I can take down DC. Like Dan genuinely believes that I can take down DC with a single leg trip takedown. Like just like surprisingly like right, yeah, like that's where it's like if it was like the Celtics like the Chinese were right. This is what I'm saying. Like okay, like Tom, it's Tom, right? So Tom was like Commander Zhao. Like Tom was like Commander Zhao. Like I'm one of like the really good like warriors for like I'm like Spartacus. I'm like one of the really good warriors for like the Celtics. Like my KDR, like I still haven't died. Like I've killed like 12 people like in my life, and I still haven't died, right? And like I've killed more than the other. Like basically like the next like best guy has like 10, and then there's one person who's killed like 15, but like Dan, and then there's people who have not killed anybody yet, and then Dan has killed 12 people, right? You know, I'm like one of the people basically that agree like, okay, Dan's pretty good. You know what I mean? Like Dan's killed 12 people so far, and he's like totally intact because it's like, okay, just let them get close but not too close, and then go like that, like right. But then it's like okay, then I fight because like most of them, it's like most of like the Chinese Empire that has invaded are like, oh, and he's be like right, and then like go like and then like walk back hella fast, so they like bleed out. They're like, oh, right. Definitely the Celtics fought with swords. Okay, and so that's hand speed, right? Lightning bolt, right. Right. Okay, the elbow. Yeah, correct. Dude, I have like my body is designed for this fucking elbow, dude. Right. So, okay. So, in the fighting games, I'm really good at like I have this spatial awareness, really good at distance, like right at the tip, right? The ectomorphic people are like that too. Yeah, like keep it. John Jones fights at range. That's hard to do. Like people act like that you could just do that, right? Like no, like you have to have a special touch to do that, like Ali, like good footwork to do that, right? And then to keep them at, you have to have a good read on where their motion to fight at range, like because that's also like they're circling and stuff too. So like because they're bobbing and weaving, circling, and they're like Frazier had his own rhythm, like he was like that too though. Like that's the thing, like Frazier wasn't or there's even as he conducted himself, like he knew Ali's moves too, and he had the eye, like a feel for it too. He was surfy too. You had to be surfing, like, and so, I mean, I'm not like that in fist fighting. Like I couldn't like fight at range like John Jones really. Like Ali would be like, like he knew how to fight, dude. Like, so here's what I'm saying though, like, is that where was I going with that? Is that yeah, like basically, if we fought like ultimately like, oh yeah, right. So right. So most of the like, I'm telling like, oh shit, like I've killed like 4 people today, and like, like it's still like a kind of spread out battlefield. So like they're like largely one-on-one scenarios, and like because most of them like oh, and then I was like oh shit, like and then there was another guy like from that, and he was like oh, and I like and they could have just like coordinated, and then like there's a point where it's like it's Tomu, and then like but then Tomu's like, and I'm like oh shit, like like I was like Dan had now encountered Tomu, like Tomu's like just like the Dan of like the Chinese invaders, and Tomu's like, and I'm like stop, like, and then it's like, oh shit, like, like this person's like, this is gonna like, like, I don't know what's gonna happen either right now, like, like, and then like I go, yeah, I try going like, and then Tomu like kind of like, I kind of like chop her ankle off, but then she like chops my head off, and then but then I'm like, ah, like as I'm going down, and then Tomu's like, like we like killed each other. No, Mango's Drive did that too. Like, everyone who's good at these fighting games is like that too. Because in those scenarios, it was the same shit. It's like you go low, you go like, it's the same shit. And even like Draymond Green would understand, like you're reading someone's motions on defense. Like they could go this way or they could go that way. It's kind of like rock paper scissors almost. So like Draymond Green, if it was a different reality where he played Smash Bros and stuff, it'd be the same shit. But for him, it was basketball. Like, but a lot of it doesn't matter. It almost doesn't matter at all. Like, and so it's so ridiculous to Dan for these people like Risman to be like, well, it appears that you're psychotic. And it's like, dude, okay, then prove it. Like, I think that like that I know what you're thinking more than you know what I'm thinking, basically. And like, even if you could read my mind, you can't read my mind in real time and execute. Okay, that's actually hard to do. All right, so yeah, and I love you guys too. Like the thing is, this is actually the minority of the population. Like, but I mean, or maybe not. But what I'm telling you guys, if you're not like at a high level of play, is to play a little bit every day or some shit. Like don't be like, oh yeah, John Jones, I can't wait for you to beat me. Like that's so gay. Like that like John Jones would agree. Like that guy is like would make him like this guy's just like weird. You know what I mean? Like the guys that John Jones trains with are more like trying to beat him. Like he could fuck with Gunnar Nelson too. Like Connor fucks with Gunnar. Like Connor knows more on his players. Like okay, if I want to beat Chad, That's what I'm saying. Like I was on AYS. So Connor also played soccer when he was a kid. It's just like. We're still little kids. Like, okay, so Connor knows if he wants to beat Chad, he's going to have to play nice with Nelson. Okay? And so then if he wants to beat Nate, he's going to have to play nice with, like, Artem. And Silver and so on. And then he's going to have to listen to John. Okay? And, like, where Dan's coming from is like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, I was the best at goalie. And then, like, they cried then, too. It's like they wanted it to be like, I'm the best. It's like, well, Dan's really just blocking a lot of these shots. And we're just like, it's good for the scoreboard to have Dan in there. You know what I mean? Like, Dan's unfair. Like, I'd be like, look, like, it's really good hand speed and reaction speed. You know what I mean? So, like, hand speed and reaction speed. You know, like, Ross, yeah, you can do it. You can write a song, man. Yeah, go for it. No, Ross, I disagree that, like, I was the one who was being more ridiculous. To this day, I will, like, assert that. Like, I'm like, yeah, Ross, it's fucking easy. Like, but, like, he wanted to, like, do it in his own way, too. You know what I mean? Like, whatever, dude. Like, it's all about Jennifer and it's all about Savannah. Alright, that's what this is really about. And in on the bright side of things, it does appear that those, that scenario is likely to materialize. But there are the Israelites, or whoever the fuck they are, the people of Israel are like preventing me from, like, touching my dick, or like having Savannah touch my dick. Like, if it was happening to you, you'd be fucking pissed. Like, I can't get, like, same with Ross. Like, just logistically, it's just logistically not there right now. Which is because someone else is too proud. They know that, like, Ross needs to be in proximity of Jennifer to be, like, enjoying his time with Jennifer. But I need to be within proximity, and that's what I'm saying. Like, Jennifer should set Ross up. Yeah. Like, dude, like, fuck with that. Like, that's just kind of cool. Like, that hella helps. Like, they should put Jennifer on the fan. Ross, you have that fan. Like, bring the fan in there, dude. Like, Jennifer won't even care. Like, and it's also what you'll see is that this is, and Jennifer's a Latina monkey. Like, and like, so what you'll see is that, like, we're all equally monkeys. Like, this is the point I'm making. Like, so you are the one who wants to make it about something else because I'm so good. It makes you want to kill yourself. Like, if we actually to have a fair contest, like, people have, like, really smart humans have designed contests, like, to reflect your level of intelligence. Like, they have used their level of intelligence to design contests to reflect your level of intelligence in comparison to another level of intelligence any given Sunday. Does that mean that makes sense? So, like, there's some people who win more often on any given Sunday, like Bama, Roll Tide, and I'm gonna be tuning in, like, for the championship. Like, they're so good, it's lit. It's, like, fun to watch, right? Exactly. Like, fuck yeah, dude. Bama's my fucking team. I'm from Mobile too. Like, my dad's from the South and my mom's from Melbourne, Australia. So, like, that really is, like, that is a desirable characteristic in the lady chimpanzees, even platonically. You know, like, we could go, I'm an Aussie. Like, we could go, yeah, Aussies are hot too. Like, fuck off, bitch. Like, we could go to fucking, like, dude, Aussies, like, have that look. Like, imagine if I was a girl. Like, that girl would be hot as shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay. Like, if that's how I look at it. Like, if Robbie Lawler had a daughter, that daughter would be hotter. You know what I mean? And I think that sometimes, like, some people are just insane. Like, they want to look more like, they don't have a brain. They, like, want to look like Jennifer Lawrence. Or they have those looks, like, and Yipes has good looks too. You know what I'm saying? Like, Yipes is a good looking dude. Like, he just needs to lay off the Popeyes. Like, if we want to get for the TV show. Like, I'm gonna be like getting, like, a six-pack going and stuff. Like, I'm gonna be, like, looking hella good. But then I'm still gonna be wearing, like, a baggy t-shirt, so it's, like, more like you can kind of see that I'm built underneath, but, like, I'm not, like, showing off my, like, you know what I mean? I'm still gonna be wearing, like, a baggy Jimi Hendrix t-shirt. But you can tell that I'm like, I'm in shape, you know. And there's a lot of, like, the Street Fighter monkey. I'm gonna be like Snake Eyes, you know. I mean, like, I'm gonna be like for the TV show. And, like, this is what I'm saying. Like I'm not the only one who wants to have fun. Like, this is not cool. Like, FGC is the key, because, like, they haven't like we're still like the pizza guys or whatever, right? So like, we're not Hollywood. Like you can go to the local tournament and then like Yipes is there. Like you'll see Yipes there, and you can get like you'll see him at Chipotle like in between games. Yeah, like and then you'll realize like wow, me and Yipes actually kind of treat Chipotle the same. Like he's like yeah, can I get half barbacoa and half chicken? And I'm like kind of feeling him because I get half barbacoa and half steak, and I'm like, all right, Yipes, we're different, but we do have certain things in common. Yeah, exactly. Like after you see people are actually like chickens, either like they know they think about the game hella strategically too. So that's why I keep saying Tova to you. Like I think about strategically too, and they use politics manipulatively, like as like option selects. Like imagine they play as like Ganondorf, right? So he's like the dark magic, like, and then like you play as like I don't know, like Zelda or something. So it's like the light magic, and then like they have like the dark magic. They're like you're using, or like Zelda, like you're using the politics like for like properly. You know what I mean? Like well, okay, well you have the right to self-identify. So like they're not allowed to impose their read on things onto your opinion does not have to be their opinion. Like your opinion of yourself is paramount, because like if you see yourself as for example good at video games, and then someone sees you as bad at video games, well they can't actually, like it's a human right, it's like hard coded into this, like they can't actually, they're not entitled to your opinion, so they can't just physically can't, it gets that bad, like they physically can't rob you of that belief that's upheld that you're good at video games. All right, so if you're upholding the belief that like you're actually a feminine chimpanzee, and you process that by identifying as a girl chimpanzee, based off of your own like definition of what a girl means. So your definition of what a girl means is like we think conceptually too, right? So for Tomu, right, and Tomu speaks Chinese too, so Tomu would also process that in a given way in the Chinese language, but people are hella stupid. So like we think about shit conceptually. So Tomu has a feminine energy, right, which I agree with, which I feel like palpably, right? So what I'm telling you is that like for Tomu, that word means a different thing than what that word means for you. Just like when I say think the N-word based off your own logic, it's kind of a different thing for you. Okay. Fair. Okay. So and say even if you're white chimpanzee like me, right, that thinks that you are doing the right thing for the black community by stifling the person who wants to bring wealth into the red line communities. By using my skills at video games, you call me Rose Namajunas. I'm just trying to use my skill set to make the world a better place. But you like want to be the one who's doing that without putting in all the work in smoking methamphetamine and taking Adderall medication to play for longer hours. Call me Matt Lauer, or get me on Matt Lauer and call me Lance Armstrong, because I'm going to beat Justin Wong at Darkstalkers 3 regardless of if I was smoking methamphetamine while I was initially practicing the cast. And a lot of people would agree with that. Like, even that is like this stigmatized thing. That's why I started calling it Alabama Kush, because it's more like smoking Adderall medication. And that's exactly another reason I'm good at laminating my narration. And Hobson would agree. And so it's ridiculous that like it's cool for Hobson to do it, but not me. And Hobson would be feeling me on that. Like, these people would get cracked. Like, Hobson fucks with white fools too. Hobson's less of a fool than you. Hobson's much cooler than you. And you are the one who's so deadly. But not unless you're fighting Hobson, but you're deadly if you're fighting Dan, right? Well but then again, maybe Dan is living more so, like, you can fight like more like practically than you do. Like, and so like you're gonna be like kind of, you're gonna be more like surreal for you basically. Like when I'm right in front of you. Like when you're right in front of me, it's gonna be more like kind of like a day in the office. And then for you, it's gonna be kind of more like there's so much riding on this, right? Like if you get cracked, it's gonna be like, oh, you know, like cause I can punch choking John Jones. Like I can punch like. It's like you're gonna find like, dude, Dan's fighting hella Cobra Kai right now, dude. I'm like, ah, you know, like, You see when Cobra Kai's practicing, they're just doing the same fucking move over and over again. Where Miyagi cam's like all like, you know, like flow like water, like go, yeah. There's like all of these like complicated ass shit that you have to do for everything. Whereas Cobra Kai's just like doing the same move over. I've lost to that. Like basically someone fighting Cobra Kai and just going like the fight started and then they were just kind of going like, and it just hurt hella fucking bad every time. It was like, oh, I was getting like cracked every time. You know what I mean? Like, and that guy was white. That guy was white. He was hella strong, dude. Like, and they start punching me in the sternum, and I'm like, okay, man, you fucking win. Like, and then that's when I learned, like, basically to like what it feels like to lose to strikes. Okay. Winter also has like learned this lesson. All right, like, cause we're more like grapplers in a way. But then if you fuck with this, right, and then you can still bang that fucking right hand if it's there. Like, that's a good ass way to fight. Right. And then you can go down and dip for a fucking grappling exchange too. Like, and then like with this GSP thing, remember like the video we watched where like he does like this like double leg hook, inside hook like takedown thing, right? Where you know he like traps their like ankle, like he's like does like some weird shit, and then like he puts his head. But it's like this. What the thing is, you have to distinguish for these videos, guys. Moving forward, like, are you fighting on the grass, the concrete, or on a mat? Okay, like, because if GSP did that, and it was like concrete, like his head, if he doesn't get like knock himself out, like his head's gonna be like scraping all over these, like, bleeding out. You know what I mean? Like another person just like hold him in the guillotine, not even to submit him, but just like put all the blood to his head. And so then GSP loses by like losing too much blood because like his like head got like kind of like torn open on the concrete, and then he's like he's slowly like getting like woozy. He's like I think you can feel him getting kind of like weaker, like and dumber, like dumber and dumber. Like he's like he knows that he like shouldn't be losing this, but because he was like in tennis, you have like hard court and you have like soft court and clay court, right? But then like GSP like wasn't used to fighting like in the hockey rink, so then Dan's just doing like, you know, like being able to get it with it, like, all right, GSP, I see like the pool of blood because it was his takedown, you know, and then like he's like I can see like literally his skin getting lighter, and then it's like I'm just gonna wait till he passes out, and then I'm gonna like call an ambulance. I know I'm not submitting him. It's just I have him like in the guillotine kind of him. It's like kind of leaning on top of him, and he's getting like hella weak. Honestly, that probably wouldn't happen, but if you do a takedown where your head kind of hits the ground at the same time as them, that's great on a mat. But if it's concrete, like you might get cracked, dude. Like I don't know GSP. Like, and GSP's Ross's favorite fighting monkey. Like for me, I mean, obviously I love Connor. It's hard not to. I like O'Malley a lot too. Dude, I'm a proponent of like, I mean, lately I like Woodley. Like, I think that in terms of Woodley like coming back for it, like Usman's hard to dislike too. I mean, I like all the fighters, but like Nate Diaz, the Diaz brothers. Chuck Liddell. Let's see. I mean, Damian Maia's really fun to watch. Like the jiu-jitsu guys. I'm a proponent of fighters like Jens Pulver and Leben a lot. I really like them a lot. I think those guys have been liking me a lot through this. Okay, let's see. The bully beatdown guys. Okay, dude. Actually, that guy probably loves Dan too. Like, let's see. I mean, Joanna. Oh, dude, Rose really like one of my top 3. You know, like, it's hard not to. Like, everyone loves Rose. She's so cool. Rhonda, yeah, like straight up. I mean, I like Misha a lot too. Like, I'm a Rhonda fan. You know, I always have been. Like, and John Jones. Like, I'm a fan of like Rhonda and John Jones and Connor. You know, like Joanna. Like, I did like basically for me, it's like that's actually their personality though. You know, like so a lot of people try to put that on. Oh, Kies is cool. I like Kies and Kevin Lee both. Don't you talk about my mom? Don't you be talking about my mom? You know, like, and he's like kind of pulling it off. He's like, hey, don't you talk about my mom? Don't you ever talk about my mom? You know, kind of some way, the way he's saying it is kind of like he's dropping bombs. Like, don't you be talking about my mom? Don't you ever be talking about my mom? Like, it's like, you know, Mario. Like, it's like every time he throws a bomb, he's like, don't you be talking about my mom? Don't you be talking about my mom? Okay. All right. And then let's see. Like I like Tito Ortiz is that where his political posturing game was like off the chain, dude. Like yeah, I just like, you know, I just don't want to put me and Chuck's friendship. It's just not worth it. Like to fight him. Like he was like the champion, right? It was like, yeah, you know, I'd fight Chuck, but I just don't think that's worth our friendship. You know, like, and then Chuck's like, I like am not friends with Tito. Like, not even in the slightest am I friends with Tito. Like, that guy got like cracked in training. Like that shit. Tito was ridiculous. He was the first person in MMA, in UFC, like to try to be like a politician about it, which is why he's legendary. Oh, Hoist Gracie. I'm a proponent of UFC 1 through 4, no weight classes. Hoist Gracie up there. Hoist Gracie was unfair, and he could still win the belt today. There's what people, regardless of what someone has to say, like Hoist Gracie could totally, like okay, you tell Hoist that there's no way. Like I disagree. Also, Matt Serra. I'm a huge proponent of Matt Serra. Okay, I'm a huge Matt Serra fan. You know, everyone on looking for a fight. Let's see. Oh yeah, Paige Van Zandt. All of the girls. Every one of them. I love all of them. Like Claudia to like Paige Van Zandt. All of them. Nunes. Every single one of them. Like, and it's ridiculous that we only have up to 135. Like that, not gonna fly. You know, like they want to cry. They know I'm right. Like they don't want like heavier set women, larger set women to be fighting, like because of how it would like look for the brand or something. But then again, a lot of them would just be more like that, like kickboxer woman from Holland who's like, no, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like she'd be more like Sagat, right? And then we're gonna be. Hey, Long Island Joe, like get that fucking video game prepared. You know, I got some Mountain Dew. I might actually dip just to get like some Coca-Cola too. Before we start. Basically, okay, both Coca-Cola and Mountain Dew are by the same people. The people who make this are fucking evil. So it has caffeine, but it also has like some fucking like the square root of pi. That was like from like the like mercury molecule. Like dude, you start seeing like it's super cool for playing video games. Like it's kind of more like dope. It's kind of more like smoking dope. Like I'm also kind of fucking with them, dude. I want the narrative to be that Dan is now addicted to Mountain Dew. Like he moved on, like he was drinking Sprite and then he moved on to harder stuff. Now he's drinking Mountain Dew. It's not caffeine free. Like damn, like I quit drinking and now I like drink soda and shit. And like I swear to God, that's what they're giving me the new narrative. Like I hope so. God damn, just drinking it straight up out of this is fuego. But yeah, I mean, I love John Jones. I think he's great. Cain Velasquez. You already know. Miocic. I picked him in every fight. There wasn't one time I didn't pick Miocic, and that was not because that was out of like a technical read. Oh, Max Holloway, obviously. I picked him to beat Aldo in the round of 3 twice. History repeats. Yeah, that was my best prediction, and Winter could back me up on that. Like, my initial prediction before each fight was that, and then I was like so scared in the second one where I'm like, oh no, like I might be wrong, so maybe we'll go to war. And then I was like so bad they said that because like I picked it, ended like late round 3 in the second fight. I picked that one hella well. I know that Max Holloway is from LA Picks. Dude, who is this fucking Aussie? Like, this guy's like just really good. He put Poirier to the test. So Poirier's gonna have to win one first, I guess, and then Dana White should make that fight, but then he won't, because it's gonna make Dana White depressed. It's like because Dan suggested it. Like, this is how they play. Like they are like obsessed with Dan, and I've been dealing with this my whole life. I have a certain vibration, where it's like hella people. Most people just fuck with me, but the people who don't fuck with me don't fuck with me, basically. Like, they hate that I'm like friends with like people that they think are like really cool. And then those people like me more because like that guy, Dan knows how to win the war. like, but Dan like is like they want to say that I'm like Matt Brogner. You know? But Matt Brogner could crack you too. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you live in reality, like Matt Brogner had to like go to war too. And then like he was probably more like Thomas Wiseman. Like, Dan fought on like the front lines. Like, okay, like actually Dan might have fought a little bit behind. Like, but he would save someone on the front. Like, I fought hella bravely. Like, and so did like Thomas Wiseman still got in there, you know. Like, but ultimately like the way Dan played was unfair. Like, basically like if there we postured LOL, so it's like I stayed a little bit behind you, and then like I would just like, but I would absolutely go through like we've played hella unfair. Like, you had like a spear and I had like a sword or some shit. And then like, so like, then if something bad happened, I just go in hella fast and like make, right, exactly. You see my point? Like, we thought like that back then. So you had a spear to make sure they couldn't get close. And if they did, it's all good. Like, I got you. Right. Because like, that makes sense for the person in the front to have a spear and a shield. And then for have someone supporting him. Maybe even like you'd want someone with an arrow. So like imagine that like the front person had like a spear and a shield like Sparta, right? And then there was someone a little bit behind him with a sword just to support in case something went wrong. And then someone with like a bow and arrow behind Dan. Like, so like Sinton has a fucking spear, right? Like, Sinton has a fucking spear, all right, and the shield. So Sinton's like, it's like we're really relying on Sinton to like not whiff. And if he does whiff, then like that, I'll come in hella fast and like, right, and then because I'm also being protected by Sinton's shield. Like I might not even really, I'm about being quick, so I have like some armor on, but ultimately like Sinton's the one who has like a fucking suit of armor, right? And then like he has a fucking spear. He has a fucking spear and a shield and a suit of fucking armor that's like vacuum fucking sealed, right? And then like Dan basically has armor but is more like limber. And so like, because I have like, I'm just gonna go in quick and like cut, like chop their fucking hand off if something goes wrong. Okay. And then ultimately we have people behind Dan who have arrows. So like that's if they even get close enough to Sinton. And we're still advancing, you know, like we're still basically advancing towards them. Like, but like, and then like so we're taking 4 sets, right? But like because we know how to win the fight. Like, we're going to just like kind of like march him down. So like, the people in the front have like suits of fucking armor and like in the shield, they're more like the Spartans, okay? And then there's like people like Dan more like behind them who actually have a good deal too. Like, Dan has a good deal. The people with the people shooting the arrows, they could get hit by arrows too, and like so could Dan. But like I'm kind of fighting like be really close, like behind Sinton. Like, I mean, Sinton have the same charisma. Like, that guy got the job done too. You know what I mean? Like, so, but Dan's really quick with his hands. So like, if something goes bad, like I'll get there fast. Like, that person will just, like I'll just like really quickly like make sure that Sinton doesn't just straight up, like, if he falls over or something, I'll just, like, that person had to do something to make Sinton fall over, so then I'll chop his head off, like, I'll laugh. And that's what I mean, the Persian Empire is kind of like, it's like, for them, they're kind of more having this, like, surreal, like, this is what I'm saying with Celtic genes for sure, like, once we get cracked, we still know the best move. We have chin two, right? We still know the best thing to do, like, willing to lose your life, kind of, like, just hella objective, you know, like if you fall down, like, we simplify it too, like, so if he falls down, like, I'm just gonna go for that guy's hand first, okay, and then I'm gonna go for his throat, okay, like, I'm gonna hand, throat, okay, okay, right, hand, throat, okay, like, if the leg's not gonna do shit, so if that guy, like, kind of, like, cracks Sinton, and then, like, his hand is there for Dan to just, like, cut that clean, okay, and then I'll play mean, right, so if Sinton falls down, then, like, and I don't even have to be good at this shit. I just have to be, like, not a bitch ass pussy ass. Like, so if Sinton falls down, like, that guy's there's probably gonna be an opening. So, like, then I'm gonna step forward I'm gonna step forward and chop that fucking arm really hard. That shit's gonna cut clean through. Okay, like, all right, like, boom. Like, it's gonna be more like a hammer, right? And then that hand's not there anymore. Then I'm gonna cut the throat. Okay, and then I'm gonna kick him over, and then Sinton gets up, and then we catch up to the rest of the line, kind of like, and then the people with arrows are making sure that people can't even get close to Sinton. All right, like, this is where I'm saying, like, back in the day with war, like, I would have been like, you guys hear me out on this strategy right now. Like, this is what we have. We have arrows, we have spears, we have shields, we have the armor, and, like, then we have, like, the sword. So, like, personally, I'm gonna be the guy behind Sinton. Like, and then that's what I mean, like, we have a bond. So, like, if something bad happens to Sinton, he's going to be trusting Dan with his life, but we're fighting unfair. Like, this is not fair. Like, basically, to get to Sinton was really hard. And then, like, unless they're also fighting like this, we're probably going to win this shit. You know what I mean? Like, they're probably just going to be like, oh, yeah, like, we're all so good that we're just going to win this shit. Like, and then, like, when the fight actually happens, like, the way we're playing is, like, totally broken. Like, okay, so Sinton, like, he can't even get cracked by an arrow unless it goes into his eye, and, you know, and even then, we have, like, he has, like, it's just, like, slits. He doesn't have to see much, right? And so, like, he probably won't even the arrow probably can't even kill Sinton, okay, right? The arrow could maybe kill me. I have less armor on, but, like, I'm behind Sinton, and I can also see the fucking arrow coming at me, like, right? So then, this would have just been a great way to fight, like, and so we're marching them down, and Sinton might not even have to do shit, like, the people with the arrows are actually ironically, probably in the most danger, so, because, like, they're shooting arrows off, like, we have hella arrows, but we have to, you know, we can only have so many arrows, so ultimately we want to kind of march them down, and, like, and then there's the landscape and stuff, so this is just what I'm saying, like, this would, in a given scenario, if it was, like, kind of more, like, flat, like, the like, Alaskan flat plains, or, like, salt flat plains, or something, I don't know, like, I'm just saying, like, this would have been dope, like, if you had the Spartan army in the front, and then someone like Dan to cut off their hand, like, and then that would save Sinton, okay? And Sinton's, like, still, like, fighting like a beast. He's still on the front lines. Dan's fighting like a beast because, like, I have less armor on, but I'm gonna be fast. Like, I'm more to like, Sinton draws first blood. Like, ultimately, like, spear, and then, like, kick them off the spear, and then continue. What happens though, and I also have, like, a spare spear for Sinton if he needs it. Like, if something happens, like, here dude. Like, we're fighting as a team, right? And this is how I play as Zero Suit as well. Like, I play really mean. I play just behind Winter, and then I use the plasma whip, which just keeps him safe. And then, like, it's hard to get to Dan. It's hard to even get to Dan. All right, and so and then Jekka, right? So I'm playing with Jekka, with the plasma whip, and then Jekka's forward smash, like, sucks them in, so they end up with a knockback of his forward smash. So it's basically just, like, being a little bit behind your teammate is a really good way to play, because then you can still save your teammate, and, like, if they're not playing like that, then we're they might have too much foolish pride to like not play how we do. And this was the same way back in the day in the Scottish Highlands. Like, where I'm like, there's someone like Dan where it's like, dude, just please someone explain to me what the fuck they're gonna do about this. But then there were people even in like with there with like other Celtics who were like, because Scottish is Scottish, like right. Sinton is Scottish and I'm Irish, but dude, we have the same gene pool. Like, me and Scottish have the same birthmark. Okay, we were like related. We have hella similar physiology too. Like, he's a little bit more built, and I'm a little bit. I think he has a little bit more strength. I have a little bit more hand speed. Like, but that's exactly why he was in front and I was slightly behind him. Okay, so yeah, like we were still both like really reliable warriors. I think that's probably part of the reason that we're living in Palo Alto today. Like because of how we fought back in the day. Like we both basically knew that what are they gonna do? Like, we had less anxiety because we knew that's like, this is oddly like safe. Like, what we're doing is oddly safe. Like this is like more like people who skate. Like, I just don't see what they're gonna do about this exactly. Like, and that's how I play in the video games too, and that's how Ali fought too. You know what I mean? Like, what are they just? That's why some people have less like nerves going into the fight. It's like, it's with me and Melee right now as well. It's like, I just don't understand. Like, please, I stand to be corrected, but what are you gonna do about this? Like, crouch cancel thing, like crouch cancel forward smash thing is Samus. Like, what are you gonna do about it? Like, but then too many people agreed with Dan because it's like, okay, I'm listening to this guy. I'm listening to this fucking guy who's like saying that like we should like stay more apart and like, you know, like then we like cover more ground and stuff. It's like, and then that guy sounded like more of a clown. I'm like, no, but and then there's Dan and we're like, no, but what if Sinton gets in trouble? You know, he's fighting with a spear and shit, so like that person's gonna have more, like, that person has a sword. Okay? So like you ultimately want Sinton to have like one strike that like could just at range so he can't get close to Sinton, right? And then if he does, Dan's gonna fucking come through and like there's gonna be a really cheap move. Like that guy might be wearing armor too, but that guy's supposed to be the limber one too. He's more like Dan. So if that guy's in front and then like, right, like, exactly, but there might be two of them. They're like, then now let's talk. So then there was some fucking guy who said that we should like spread out, right? And then there was someone like Dan who was like, no, I'm gonna fight just behind Sinton because then like we're just gonna end up getting like more kills, like basically because we're fighting safer. Like, we're actually fighting more, like we're marching them down, but what we're doing is actually, even though it's aggressive, it's really safe. Like, that's what I'm saying. And then, like, for them, they thought they would be safer to, like, spread. Like, no, we need to, like, cover more of, like, the battlefield. And, like, I disagree. I think we should be more, like, compact. And I think that, right? And I think that's what the Spartan Army did, too. And the guy next to you was what won the fight. So, and, like, King Leonidas was hella right. Like, their KDR was dope. And I'm talking about the Persian Empire, though. Like, they're hella stupid. They're like, oh! Like, when the fight actually happens, they're, like, hella shook because they haven't really, like, thought out. Like, now they have to use all those skillful, like, I'm just going to, like, but then we're not even playing that game, though, dude. Like, Sinton's just going to stab you hella hard. And then, like, Sinton's, like, we've agreed that we don't have to be, that if we're fighting with wooden swords, then we can be all skillful and stuff, and then that's fun. That's a contest, you know. Like, that's more like the game's caveat. Like, that's fun, you know. Neither of us is like gonna really get hurt that badly, so we can like be more like, you know. I mean, like, but like if we're actually going to war, let's put Sinton in a goddamn suit of armor, give him a fucking Spartan, like give him the spear because he's long and strong. And then he just gonna fucking like, you know, and we'll make the spear so like the tip doesn't, that he can pull it out of the guy's body, and then there's still it's still like the spear's still on that. And I have like 2 extra spears for Sinjin if he needs it. Okay, and then I have a sword in my hand, and I can have a shield too. Like in a way, like I can have like a little bit of a shield too. So I can go like I can also just like swat him off, and then like see if something's like whatever. We know what their armor looks like. So ultimately, I'm gonna swat him off if I need to. But what I really want to do is that if they are able to like knock Sinton over or attack Sinton, I'm gonna like basically kind of like circle around and chop their hand off. Okay, and then they're gonna be like, oh, 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 like, and then I'm gonna go for the neck. Okay, and so we were just really, like the Celtics were just really, like ballsy in a way, but ballsy in a way where it's like this is just gonna work. Okay, like Connor just kind of walks him down, and then like bangs a left hand, and if they circle away from it, he does like a spinning kick. It's like, what are they gonna do about this? Like the left hand is just gonna win this shit. Okay, and then Poirier's great too, though. You know, Poirier's more like Connor. That guy's cool too. And so yeah, like this is the truth. Like this is how I fight. It's like at the end of the game, this is how I'm fighting in the video games. Like I'm playing really aggressively, but in a way that's like actually like a lot safer. Like running away, like fighting at like long range. So I'm saying with the people with the arrows are actually more in danger of like because they have arrows too. And then for me, if I see an arrow, I'm just gonna like duck behind Sinton, and Sinton's just gonna put his fucking shield up. Okay. Yeah, like this way would be clean, and we both agree like this is gonna be clean as fuck. Like we'll probably, cause like even if something happens to me, then Sinton could also support like worst case scenario if something like if they like are from 8 Mile, you know what I mean? Like get past Sinton and they get to Dan, Sinton could still kill that man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like he still has the spear, you know, and he still has the shield to like swap them off. And I feel like this is how we thought about shit back in the day. Like it was the same thing. It was the same genes that prevailed. It was like people like Dan and shit, you know. Like and then if Sinton was not 2, you know, years old and he agreed, you know, they like I would just choose someone who agreed with this. Like, you know, like I'm not gonna fuck with this fool. Like I'm gonna fuck with someone who's down to put on the suit of armor and fight with the spear so they can't get close. And then even like I'm also there to accelerate the process once they get hit by the spear to just kind of end the fight, you know. So it's just like this really good combo, like someone who's like quick and has like a sword and a fast hand, and then someone like Sinton who just has like who's just stabbing them, you know, and like marching forward, and then like it's just hella systematic. Right, and then like the arrows also win the fight, and they're also in goddamn suits of armor, you know, like so then like, if our opponents were like dumb as shit, then like there was nothing they could do about it, like because they just like they didn't have that idea, like there was no person like Dan to present. I swear to God that's probably like exactly how they fought, like something like there's at least like certain people who hella agreed with that, like why wouldn't we just, if we have shields, spears, swords, like Dan doesn't even have to be good with the sword though. Like me and Sinton could do this today though. You know what I mean? Like I don't even have to be good though. I just have to go like, yeah. Like it's more about just this like fucking like, like I don't have to be skillful. It's not about a matter of skill. It's just about like just cracking chopping their fucking hand off. You know, right? We have fast hands, strong. Like me and Sinton have like hella like that. Have the same gene pool. Like Sinton would be hella good MMA. He also plays MMA. Yeah, and then like, yeah, exactly. And also Scottish. Winter is also Scottish, right? And then Savannah as well. So like we fought with swords and spears and shit. And it's a war-ridden territory, and it's people more like me and like my friends and stuff that didn't die because like we didn't have too much foolish pride. I would hope, right? Like, this is just gonna what are they gonna do about it? It was what gave us confidence. So, and then there are warrior tribes everywhere, all across the world that were like that too. And then the people who died were more like little girls, but then some of them stayed home. And then like those were the ones who they spread their genes and now they stole the fucking food and they're still out there, dude. Like, they're still the age of 2. Like, they're laughing at us right now. You know, like, but they're the ones who they wouldn't, but then when war actually comes, which could happen, right? Like, there could be a World War III that could go down. And I wouldn't be a clown. I'm going to help make it the fucking video game shit, and I'm going to strategize. Just like right now. Like, people are attracted to Dan because of, like, the way I think. Like, right? And I'm not a pussy. Like, I'm not, like, a lot of it has to do, like, is what I'm saying. You being willing to possibly lose, like, is exactly what wins you the fight. So many people agree with that. Like, Mango actually fights more in the pocket than I do. I fight more outside space. He's more like Frazier, and I'm more like Ali. So when that fight actually happens, though, in Melee, Mango won't have a good day because Melee's fucked up. But, you know, I could be missing something. Like, Falco's pretty good. But Falco's pretty good. So maybe Mango is Joe Frazier. Like, I don't know. Like, we haven't really played yet. So we'll have to see. But because of the Persian Empire people who, like, stole the food and shit, me and Mango can't, like, I can send Mango a message, but he's not allowed to, like, respond to it. Like, this is the kind of shit they do. It has nothing to do with winning the war. It has to do with, like, they're jealous of the people who are actually willing to fight with a sword. Like me and Sinton. Like Sinton, fencer, too. Like, let's bring Sinton, let's bring Scottish into this. Like, and we'll call Max Irish, even though he's, like, Norwegian. Like, he picked the tag Irish, which is really weird, Max. I'm just kidding. Max also didn't get cracked. Our, like, lanky ass. Dude, the Celtics are good as shit. Like, our lanky ass fucking fast ass limbs. Like, having them, like, not get close enough. Yeah, like, and then, like, there are people more like Connor who are stocky, but then, like, we're like, rah! Like, exactly, like, he has, like, a hammer or some shit. And it's just like, boom, motherfucker. Like, dude, the Scottish Highlands are hella good. And O'Malley wins more than he should. Let's put it that way. Like, dude, that lanky, like, fast and strong, like, we're some of the best warriors in the world, and reaction speed, too. Okay. So, there's the reason that I'm the best at these video games. Dan, back in the day, like, I'm like a John Kavanaugh guy. Like, back in the day, dude, a lot of people did listen to what Dan had to say. You know, and a lot of people didn't, and those people got fucking either offed or they ran the fuck away. Like, honestly. Dan, right. Like, me and my friends fight more chronically. Okay. And that's why we get laid. Okay. That's why, but this is what Persian Empire does. Like, they don't even let, like, because in the modern day, is where I keep saying, I feel like I'm living in medieval England. Like, I've like, been restored to that, like, frame of mind. Okay. That it's medieval England and I could possibly die. So then, like, my girl, because of the way I play and the way I look, is so hot it makes them want to cry. And also, even, like, for the gay guys, like, I'm a good looking guy. I'm an Australian dude. Like, and Australian people are, like, really hot. And, like, a lot of them are Irish. So, like, this fucking nonsense of, like, yeah, like, generally there are, like a lot of black people have a thinned population in Warrior Tribe, right? Like, ever dating back, you could probably date this back through human history, right? So, but then there were, this is the end of this mystery. There's still people, there are Celtics, like, a lot of Celtic people who also were the same fucks back in 1702. You know, like, they were the same fucks back then. It wasn't that long ago, you know what I mean? Like, they were the same fucks back then. That was, like, what, like, 4 generations ago? You know, like, that's, like, 3-4 generations. It's, like, 1702 was, like, basically you live for about, like, whatever. That was basically, like, 3 through 5 generations ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. Like, 3 through 6 generations, like, to get to 1702. Okay. It wasn't that long ago. Me and Scottish have the same birthmark. Okay, exactly. So, no, literally the same birthmark. It's just on different, like, slightly different places on her leg. Okay. So, we have, like, similar gene pool. And you can see that. Like, I'm 6'2", he's like 6'4". He has skinny legs and torso, upper body. Same here, exactly. And we like to drink beer too. But like, he's also like chilling at Scottish's house. Like, he's probably the same in LA. He's like this fucking, yeah, he's like fucking king of Scotland over there. He's playing like Civilization, you know, like those games too, or it's like Arrows, and then Dan plays the fighting games. Okay, like, but it's kind of the same. Like for Dan, me and Scotch don't think the same way. Exactly. Like, Dan's really good at like the rock paper scissorsy aspect. Like, as is Tomo, and because like even then when they're gonna crack Sinton, then like there's only so many ways they could take Sinton. Like crack Sinton. So like, I'm gonna even read that in their motion. I already see that motion, and they're not even gonna get to him. Right. So, exactly. So like, that's the thing. I'm the best in these games, and so are my friends. So that's how this story ends. And so we're gonna play some Cross Tekken, but I think I want to walk to the store first and get like some Coca-Cola. I think I'm gonna fuck with Coca-Cola today. Like, I mean, Mountain Dew. I might just get some more Mountain Dew, Connor. Like it's the same O'Malley. It's like sending like it's like army. Like, all right, I'm fucking with this guy right now. The guy from the Flatliners. It's like, okay, like this guy's just like not gonna be a straight dumbass about this. Like, and I think that's the way it was. Like, that's an Emma Michaela thing. Like, Michaela, they want to make it more about like, oh yeah, no, yeah. Like that guy's gonna get like fucking off hella fast. Like, like, oh yeah, no, like, oh yeah, like, and then like that guy like chopped his head off too fast. Like I was kind of just like actually like more humble. Basically, like he's like yeah, the guy's like the fucking guy's like, oh yeah, no problem, yeah, and then like he's like taking that extra bit of satisfaction with like, yeah, no, and then he's like yeah, no. Okay, I'll end this one there, guys. So that's what I'm saying. Like, the same people in the UFC would be feeling me like that's what we had to do in like 1702, and then like we have regress. Like, regression's a real thing in psychology, and like, dude. Like, okay, imagine that it was medieval England, and we had like there were like African immigrants, and some of them were the very best, and they would trust Dan too. I was like, okay, Dan rarely loses in training, and so like in Simu or whatever, Dan rarely loses. So they'd also be feeling Dan like because there's like it's in your soul too. It's like they know it's like Dan we're fighting on the battlefield, and again, my grandfather was in the Navy, my grandfather was in the military, so there was racial diversity too. Okay. So like basically that's the thing. It's like you have this camaraderie for even in training, even if you get beat, you have a camaraderie for the person who beats you, even, right? Or some people react a different way, and then they start not playing, and they start not fighting, and just imagining. They start imagining. It's a human psychology. We're mammals. They start imagining that this is them. You know, that's why the story of David versus Goliath. In reality, David was bigger than Goliath. Like, I'm David, and I'm 6'2". All right. Dan fights hella Cobra Kai, dude. Yeah. Like, so, yeah, shit. It's all happening, not really because of my friends, but because someone's being a little bitch. But it's not Scottish or Winter Real. It's not the people who are actually good at the contest, right? It's about like, and dude, this was Knights Templar back in the day. It's like, I swear to God, it's Tova. It was like the same thing. It was like Dan was at the bar. I was like, guys, it's not like right. It's like no, I've seen that guy. Like, that dude's fucking weird. Like I'm talking about Jimmy Savile. Like, I walked past his I saw him kind of like one time. Like, you know, I mean, like I walked past I walked past the church, and like something I heard and something that he like said or something, right? And then I was like telling that we were at the tavern, and I'm like telling like Scottish and like Winter and stuff and Savannah and all that, like no, dude, like that dude's fucking weird. Like, he was, like, actually praised in society. He's like, I was like, that dude's fucking weird. He had hella money, too. I was like, I swear to God. Like, I can't prove this, but, like, this is, I swear to fucking God. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then, like, it was our own fucking countryman. Like, right? I'm like, and that dude was raping people. Like, and he was at the church, right? And that guy was like, he actually had like a hella nice house and stuff, you know? Like, it's like, why is it that the minister at the church is the one who has all the money, and then we are the ones who are about to go to war and fight with swords and shit and get like our heads chopped off, and we don't have shit? And then it was the same exact thing that happened now. Knights Templar, we have Ghost Town Rangers. And like, we play the video games because we like Simu. Right? And Usman, I know what you're up to. And Usman actually and Scottish know one another. Like, over the internet, they're pen pals. Like, Scottish really early on for Usman threw him some support on like Instagram. And then Usman actually was a humble knight, replied in a way that was like really charming, right? Like, for someone of his like social status versus Scottish's social status. This is John Kavanagh as well, as appreciated my words over like social media, as well as O'Malley's coach. Right? So and so those are two of the people I like the most. Does that make sense? Like, because they're more like me. It's like, even now, like, technically I'm one of the best in FGC, but like, it's because of the people running the economy. Like, and this happened before. This has happened before in human history. There was someone hella like me that like hella pointed this out, like, in a way that made people shut their mouth. Like, and look no further than the dollar bill and the Mason Bible. Like, basically, like, it's Freemasonry. Like, do you think that the government, like, as it's stated, would keep Dan investigated? Does that make sense? Like, do you think, like, we only get one view on this racially diverse platform? Like, do you think that this is the work of an honest man? Like, no, you should not listen to that man. Like, dude, they're lying, man. Like, and they're lying in a way that's selfish, in a way that, like, not only they stole my computer and they put people out of work in order to steal Dan's computer. And it's because Dan is like, I'm a good like game. I'm a gamer. It's because Dan's a gamer. Okay. People, there's a truth frequency. People will listen to what I have to say, even in regards to MMA. If it's just like, oh, well, what are you gonna do about the crank hook? Like, right? Like, in terms of self-defense, like, okay, well, this is easier to do than triangle, and it seems like if you are pairing it with elbow strikes, that would probably win the fight. Like, unless I stand to be corrected, you know, exactly. So, yeah, like, so basically, like, there's racial diversity within FGC as well, and so, like, and my brackets are from hell. Like, when I lost to Shroomed, I took it well. And Shroomed, if you want to make it get all weird and like sexual and like racial, well, Shroomed enjoys the company of Korean girls. So I personally enjoy the company of Celtic girls. Russ is not actually as into white girls, right? So I'm not as into black girls. Okay? That's okay, right? Like, that's what Russ was trying to say. Like, maybe Dan's not as into black girls. Like that, right? That doesn't mean that I'm not into, like, right? Like, I'm not as into black girls. Like, I'm not into black girls. Like, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm more into Celtic girls. Nothing wrong with that. Like, so that's exactly why this is ridiculous. Like, I'm one of the Knights. Does that make sense? I'm one of the Rangers. Like, FGC. Everyone in FGC is, because they have to lose. Right? I had to be willing to lose. Right? Like, Scottish competes with the sword, fencing, for example. We were also on the same soccer team, and you could advocate that Dan was a good goalie. We were on like the Blue Vipers. So it's the competitors that are really the key to understanding the manipulative monk is. Like, their hearts filled with jealousy because we're a competitive species. Preservation theory. Take it from me, Daniel April Sullivan Ravine, the second coming of the late great Muhammad Ali. Regardless of the color of my skin, I like to win. All right, so I'll end this stream there. They don't even care.